Welcome to the Red Leaf Retrocast, the best anime podcast out there. Totally not second to our hosts that are joining us on this very special episode. This is episode 19, the Anime of the Year cast for 2017. We're taking a break from the retro anime to talk about the modern stuff, the stuff people actually watch. We are joined here by myself, JD, your host, my other host, known as Tori. How you doing, Tori?
I'm doing fine.
And Hickey, all the way from Brazil.
Hi.
All right, how you doing, Hickey? You holding up in there?
Yeah, I'm doing so far so great. It's been 30 seconds. I can do it for another 2 hours, 69 minutes, and 30 seconds. I can do it. I know I can.
I love the way that sounds. We have a special episode with special guests. We are joined here by fellow podcasters and anime hosts themselves, the Super Anime Super Show, the SASS guys, Michael and Robert. How you guys doing?
We're doing well.
Yeah, great.
From the very best actual anime show. But, I am not one to impose, and change other people's religious beliefs with scientific facts. So we'll go ahead and play all along with those beliefs here.
I love it.
That's right, Michael.
Kick them out.
Well, people that listen...
Oh, the quick appearance. Good night, everyone.
Good.
Well, people that listen to the Red Leaf Retrocast and know what we're all about, we are the Worldwide Weebs. We do the retro anime, 15 years and older. We got our segments. But what you may not know are much about our fellow guys at the Super Anime Super Show. We have plugged them quite a few times on the show before. Now we got them on. Who are you guys? What do you do? What do you represent? Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
We are the Super Anime Super Show with myself, Michael, and my co-host, Robert.
Hey.
Can we really call you a co-host? So you just kind of tag along, but we enjoy your company nonetheless.
Well, I'm glad.
That's
the
right.
Case. Yeah, thanks.
But we have an interesting dynamic on our show. There's me, who's more the anime veteran, and Robert's more the, I'm going to just call you an anime noob. You've really only gotten into anime so much in the last couple of years, but you're enjoying the hell out of it. And we actually do two different types of shows. Every Friday, we have a anime newscast, using the term news very loosely, where we go over some of the news of the week, and then a lot of bullshit thrown in between.
Michael vents a lot.
Oh yeah, you better believe it. Hey,
you can say whatever you want in whatever language you want, especially coming from the LaCroix hellhole that is California.
Hold on, the very delicious. Hold on, let me just chug a little bit here. Oh, that's a good shit right there.
LaCroix Mia River.
Oh, god damn it. But aside from our so-called newscast every Friday, we actually are currently doing a My Hero Academia spoiler cast every Monday called My Hero Sassademia, because it's a pun with the acronym.
Yeah. Yay, puns! Yeah, right now we're in the middle of season 2, covering the sports festival arc.
The best arc there is.
Well, it's pretty great.
Okay, you and your Killer Stain arc can just walk out that door, all right? We have a little thing called standards here.
Okay, can I say something?
No.
Sure. Absolutely.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh,
this is
yes.
gonna be absolutely fun. You know what? Because I really, really, really don't like My Hero Academia.
Oh boy!
And I listened to the My Hero Academia's cast, and I just laughed the entire time. It's like, oh, the opinions are so wrong. Those guys. Oh, I love it.
And this is Mr. 1,000+ Anime Watch, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I am the King Weeb.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We are bowing from California here.
Might as well be a different country in itself.
Pretty much is.
Yes, well, Hickey is known as King Weeb. I haven't totally bowed down to him. I am on one knee. I am not submitting to kissing the ring. But based on how he's doing on the podcast and what he contributes as a host, I might have to kiss the ring at some point down the line.
You'll have to kiss the ring now.
I'm also known as Porn Encyclopedia, but that one, let's not talk about that one.
Join our Discord and you'll find out why.
You can also get a very hint of all of our deep, dark personalities on the very last episode that we recorded, the hentai episode. So, we got a crazy agenda going here forward. We got the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. We're going to discuss loosely, crack jokes as they go along. We're going to talk about the each category, their nominations, go through quick, and what actually won. Followed by the host kind of discussing the standouts of the awards, and then a round robin of what our 5 favorite anime of the year were of 2017. Then we're going to go into our own awards ceremony, where we each replaced or had a number of categories, and the way we went about it was we all kind of had some nominations, and we based it on a point system of a rankings and what was the runner-up and what won. And I kind of like how it ended up turning out with the mixture of the more veteran fans and the new fans and even the in-betweens and what ended up happening. But we also are clearly going to have some arguments along the way as well.
What?
So it should
Arguments?
be
I'm ready to fight.
Some people are very upset with them, and others are just kind of like, okay, sure, why not? Guys over at the SASS, Michael or Robert, you jump in. What did you think of the Crunchyroll Awards as a whole?
I don't remember the last time that I cringed that much watching something on Twitch and I've seen some pretty bad titty streamers on Twitch, so that is saying something right there. I think starting off, the production values were something akin to a middle school play.
Actually, I think our middle school play was better.
Actually, I think our middle school play was better,
Yeah.
and better acted too. It's amazing how bad YouTube hosts can be when they're not fast cutting every 10 seconds in between.
Oh, that is very noticeable. You can definitely...
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I only recognized 2 of those. I just didn't know what was going on half the time,
JD's
personally.
an old man.
Old man JD strikes again.
Old man yells
But
at cloud.
Tori, you're more familiar with that kind of area of the intertubes. Could you explain to the old man, like, what was going on here?
Well, I mean, the first problem there is obviously I was asleep when the Crunchyroll awards were going on, so, I live in Norway, right? And even though it doesn't sound like too bad, the Crunchyroll awards, they start like, what, at 6 p.m. In California? It's like, that's not that late. No, that's 3 in the morning for me. It doesn't really work. So, I decided that I value sleep too much. All I heard when I woke up was, oh my god, what was this? This Crunchyroll awards, and after finding out that at least it was better than the previous one, there were some shit shows during the live stream, such as very bad camera work, poor acting, obviously having YouTubers present awards, because believe it or not, these people are weebs, they are nerds, and a lot of them are not very comfortable in, not gonna say social settings, but
Shocker.
In that sort of setting. In that sort of setting, let's put it this way. You could definitely tell a lot of them were fairly nervous standing all of a sudden, not having a microphone sitting in front of a screen. They were standing with a microphone in front of a crowd. It's a bit different. So, yeah. It's an interesting experience that I didn't get to partake in.
Well, they always say that the worst thing you can do is stand up in front of a crowd and speak in front of an audience. That saying is, when you're at a eulogy, you would rather be the guy in the casket than presenting the eulogy. So when you get a bunch of social awkward weebs going in front of a bunch of other weebs, and hey, this is what I think or I'm not even presenting what I think. It's now just reading off a card at their own little Oscar awards ceremony.
Well, it was even worse when they tried to bring in non-weebs. Like, I know that one, I think, quote, sports ball guy that they brought in for the show.
Guy, yeah.
The professional NFL football player, yep.
Exactly. But the fact that he was, like, actually so socially adept, it just clashed so bad with everyone else. Like, hey, here's a non-weeby guy, and it just made everyone else look sadder in comparison.
They were so shocked that they forgot to follow him with the camera.
Oh god, so bad.
Well, one of the things the show I really appreciate about the show was the Chris Sabat kind of award ceremony of his recognition of what he's done in the industry, at least in terms of North America and his voice acting, the amount of roles he's played, how he's impacted just a full generation and a half of fans and people. I mean, the number of voices he's done, from Vegeta to Zoro on One Piece, is incredible, and to have him there and present him like they did, I really appreciated that. And then it got a little cringy at the end when he even asked for them to play music to get him off the stage. So even when they had something of note, they kind of blew that too when it came down to
hear
it.
about that happening at too many war shows.
Yeah.
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, usually you don't want to have music play yourself off from talking too much, but he kind of encouraged it. And speaking of encouraging, might be on the other end of the mood swing there, but the band that opened up, it was Crunchy. Oh god! So Crunchyroll has this 25-year anniversary thing going on with Cowboy Bebop being one of the most influential anime in North America. They had this cringeworthy high school grunge hipster band up there that looked so much like... If you want to picture a band from California that's starting up in a garage, these guys definitely come to mind.
As a Californian, I can definitely second that comment. I think they actually may live down the street.
Tori or Hickey, did you guys get a glimpse of this performance or these guys that were on stage?
I've seen them.
No, I was sleeping as well. So and like in the next day, I saw the awards and not the awards, like who won what and what people were saying about it. I saw the Toblerone shower that they made. I was like, yeah, no, I don't feel like watching it. I have better things to do, like taking a shit or eating something. So I didn't feel like watching the show. Like you guys watched it, and I'm looking at some of the notes JD put here, all the ceremony, and it sounds way worse than it is written here. And what is written here is already bad. So yeah, I'm not watching. Maybe when I get drunk later. I don't know.
Okay, may I recommend you to watch Gigok's short version of what happened? Saves you a lot of time.
I don't know. I don't know.
Him ripping on the award show that he was present and had something to do with.
I wouldn't exactly say it's ripping on it, but he is making fun of it, yes.
Oh yeah. Well, it's very easily rippable. So the band played, well, it tried to play Cowboy Bebop music. It lacked any sort of, I don't want to say substance, but it felt like the music itself didn't have enough pound to the heart, you might say.
It was one step above a MIDI file. I mean, it had no heart to it. It was awful. It made me... The fact that I was cringing thinking about Cowboy Bebop is a bad accomplishment in itself.
Hey, don't knock MIDI files. There's some pretty great music from the 8-bit era. Like Super Mario Brothers. Come on.
I don't know. They could have just played the first level of Mario Brothers, and that would have gotten a better response than what those guys were playing. All right, here's your next award. Let's go. But the guy that stood out on stage the most was this hipster kind of curly hair fro dude on a keyboard, and he was back and forth on the stage going across, while the rest of the band just kind of stood there strumming a guitar. This guy was on the keyboard headbanging like he's listening to metal music, playing the intro to Cowboy Bebop.
My kind of guy.
That's where this is. This dude on drugs? He has to be. If he's not, there's a problem.
No, he was just enjoying it. There's no, like, you can play whatever the way you want. Maybe the guy was really, really enjoying what he was playing, and he didn't give a shit about the other people. The band.
Oh, he definitely didn't give a shit about what the people were thinking.
But it's
well,
so
enough
sad.
of that. Yeah, go on.
I mean, okay, we're ripping on this quite a bit, but it was still better than the Yuri on Ice Awards from 2017.
Always. Of course.
Yeah. It is so sad that the Yuri on Ice OVA wasn't nominated this year. I was expecting it.
Shocking.
That was shocking.
Yeah.
They should have had a best OVA category.
No, it should have won everything again. It's still Yuri on Ice.
Just keep the theme going.
We can get 2 years of awards, and then Crunchyroll goes, okay, that is enough. Let's change everything again.
Don't
No,
worry.
I do envy everyone who slept through the awards, but it's actually motivated me for a different way to watch the award next year that I think we should all join in on. I'm going to call it the Crunchyroll drinking game
Oh
for the
boy.
award show. The rules are...
Every time you cringe, you got to drink once.
Oh, no. You just got to drink till you can no longer remember the show. I think that is the best way to watch it.
I can do that. I'm into that. Okay, sure.
I mean, that's how everyone that was there remembers, or everyone that was there, they did that, because I hear every YouTuber I was there say, it was such a great event. It's also weird, every picture I've seen of them, they are fucking dead drunk. So, I'm not shocked. It was fantastic, I don't remember anything.
They just came for the free Toblerones.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone
Yeah.
who didn't get cracked
Free
over
bills
the
and
head
free
with a
Toblerone.
concussion.
What, like the 12 Toblerones that they even gave away, I think.
Yeah, they had a massive bag and they only threw out a couple to the first couple rows, and then they just dropped the bag and move on to their two cringy hosts.
I mean, how much do we pay for our monthly Crunchyroll memberships? I mean, you can afford some more Toblerones, or at least an actual giant Toblerone.
Nope. That costs money. Can't do that.
Of course, because it's all going
Yeah.
to their
I mean,
servers.
Crunchyroll doesn't even have the enough servers for everyone. So of course they don't have money to buy Toblerones.
Uh-huh.
Not
They
totally
blew all their
wrong
money on the
there,
band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they charge high rates.
Mm-mm. All right, guys. Well, why don't we get into the nominations of each category? And if anyone has anything to chime in, just interrupt me. What do you say?
Sounds good.
Can do.
All right. So
I have one last thing to say.
Okay.
They should hire us to organize and make the award ceremony next year.
I don't know about
will be
organize,
great.
but host it, sure.
No, organize and host it. It will be awesome.
I think this is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm all
Toblerone shower. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna rain some doujinshi on those bitches. Everybody's gonna get happy as fuck. That is how you do it. Fucking award.
I can
and you don't hold it in L.A. or San Francisco. You hold it in Vegas.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's
we're
busy
talking.
gambling. Nobody actually shows up at the goddamn awards.
No, nah. They are waves. They're gonna show. Probably not the sports guy, but the rest will.
Make a games room, and then you'll see all the weeps. They'll just go to the games room instead. Nobody will actually come to the award show.
Oh my god. Can you imagine the hell it will be? A bunch of Kakegurui references popping out every... No, we can do it on Vegas. Screw it out. Another city in the United States, or maybe Canada. I don't know.
Well, all right, guys. Straight into the nominations. Got to move this along. So the way Crunchyroll kind of did it was they had a 50-50 build where 50% was fan-based voting, and then the other 50% was panel-based voting.
And the panel sucked.
And it seemed like the panel did the nominations, and then the fan vote did the winners. That's what I took from this.
The panel did do the nominations, but they were also supposed to vote.
Yeah, it sure didn't feel like they voted.
I don't know. Wait, did you look at the panel? A lot of them, it was like you had some dude who's like, fucking dude from Germany, like he's created like the German anime news network, and the next time it's like, and this guy's been watching anime for 2 years. It's like, wow, how the fuck does he qualify?
Because he works. Alright, so the first category was Best OP, featuring nominations from Aka 13, Magus Bride, Attack on Titan Season 2, My Hero Academia Season 2, Princess Principal, and Rakugo Season 2. Not so bad, I would say.
Not so bad. That first Magus Bride opening is so fucking good. I love it.
Though it
SASS
also
guys,
has,
any comment?
it definitely has the most overrated, completely opening song of the year, which was for Princess Principal. That song got so much love, and probably a 4 out of 10 in my opinion.
Wow, harsh.
I think it's definitely the one that stands out the most on that list.
I think
It
out of the
definitely
ones,
stands out,
it's the one that's the weakest, no doubt about it. I don't think it's that bad, but yeah, no, it doesn't. I can see why it's on the list, but it doesn't stand up to the other ones.
That's the one that got a lot of the internet hate too afterwards. Like, how come
sure.
that didn't win? Yeah, that's one that the super weebs loved. It seems.
Yeah. It was popular.
Yeah, I guess.
It's also
a lot
in
of people
English.
like Princess Principal.
Go on,
It
Hickey.
was that. That was weird. Like a lot of people liked Princess Principal as the show. Like not only the opening and ending, but also the actual show. A lot of people really enjoyed it. I was like, it is fine. It is ambitious. Didn't
Yeah.
live to the ambition.
Dude, come
Like,
on.
I guess it's fine. It's not good and not like it's not good enough to people defend it. You know, as they defend.
It's cute girls doing spy shit. But alright. So, let's see here. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the best ED. And the Crunchyroll nominations for best ED was Land of the Lustrous, Dragon Maid, Blood Blockade Battlefront and Beyond, MMO Junkie, Just Because, and March Comes In Like a Lion. And I don't know. For me, EDs. It's hard to sell me on EDs usually, but I don't know. For me, it's I probably gotta say I like anything Land of the Lustrous, so I'd probably give it to the ED as well, just because.
Bias. Well, I mean, seriously, I think I like more the OPs of every single show aside from Blood Blockade Battlefront and MMO Junkie. But the other three, I like the OP more. I don't know why. Is it like I don't know. Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
I think the problem with ED is that the ED is often an afterthought, and it's like it's not really. Most studios and most people, they don't put that much effort into an ending. It's like, okay, let's just roll some credits, play some music, and then yeah, kind of go from there. Every once in a while, you do find a good ED like Love Is Like After the Rain from this season has a fantastic ending, but it's fairly rare. They put more effort into OPs, that's for sure. Anyone else have any thoughts?
Move along.
All right then. Yeah, okay, we can move on to best film then. And best film is the nominations. Crunchyroll's nomination for best film was Your Name, Silent Voice, In This Corner of the World, Girls on Panzer, the film I think it's called, isn't it? Or was it Final? I don't remember. Kisu.
I think it was the film.
Yeah.
Because Das Finale was released last year, but I don't think it qualifies because they only choose films that went on the United States in 2017.
Yeah. Okay, and yeah, we also have obviously Kisu Monogatari, the third film, and Heaven's Feel. And I mean, there are definitely a lot of strong movies. I don't agree with Your Name or A Silent Voice. They're 2016 films, but like I think In This Corner of the World as well is. But you know what happens when you only nominate stuff, or when you think as long as it airs in 2017, that's in the US at least. As long as they were shown in the US in 2017, that's fine. But I don't know. I haven't actually. Well, I've seen Your Name, but I haven't seen any of the other films. I've seen a lot of Monogatari. I know Monogatari is good. I'm sure Kisu is fantastic. I like Fate. Heaven's Feel is probably also going to be fantastic. I haven't gotten to watch it yet. I'll wait until all the movies are out and then see them. But yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of discussions in Discord server about how they handled best film nominations. Because they clearly went with what was on theaters in the United States in 2017, and me personally said this is wrong. It should be 2017 movies. If they nominate what you saw, but Your Name was an awesome movie, and I saw in 2017. Yeah, but it's a 2016 movie.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be nominated in a best 2017 film award. Of course, there was a lot of discussion, but I just want to point that out. It was kind of weird how they handled it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I think it's annoying because, like I said, it is one of those things where it's, since it was shown in the US for the first time in 2017, they feel like that's enough to qualify. But I feel like that it becomes a bit weird because, like, it's not a 2017 film, but it was aired in 2017, and yeah.
Yeah, just something else on that film too. I think it was a double disservice because not only was it technically a 2016 film, especially for Your Name, but it was a film that really had that super hype train, which I think everybody, even though I think we all can maybe have our own opinions if it was the best film or not, the hype train for it was so big that it was almost certain that was going to win the category no matter what. So it really did a disservice to the films that were actually released in 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is just a problem, I think it's you need to get your ass too much up far in your ass to nominate a movie just because it was in your country in that year. I think that is fair, especially when you have a international company making the awards such as Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
And only movies that were in America in 2017. I don't think that is right. It's just one thing I thought I don't have a problem with the winner of this category because I enjoy the movie. I watched Your Name. I read Silent Voice, so I know what to expect of the movie. I watched Kizu 1 and 2. I still have to watch 3. I watched Girls and Puzzles the film, which is awesome. It is an awesome movie. Corner of the World and Heaven's Feel, I haven't watched it. I don't feel like watching Heaven's Feel, not right now. In Corner of the World, I'm gonna watch it at some point.
Well, I think next up we have for the category is Best CGI. This is kind of an odd one in my opinion. I definitely want to hear what everyone else has to say about this. The nominees for it were Recreators, Kato, Land of the Lustrous, Inuyashiki, Knights and Magic, and Attack on Titan Season 2. Now, okay, a lot of these make sense, except Knights and Magic? Now, I actually, guilty pleasure, I'll admit it, I like the show, but the CGI was pretty shitty in this.
The fuck are you talking about?
Are you kidding me? It was awful in that show.
Of course, I'm not kidding. The same people who made the CGI in Knights and Magic were the ones who did in Lands of Lustrous. The mechas in the show didn't have the laggy aspect you usually see. They're very fluid. They have very fluid action scenes and fightings. So yeah, of course I think your opinion is not wrong. It's just your opinion, but I think it wasn't as bad as a lot of mecha CGI I saw in the last years.
Oh, there's definitely worse out there, but compared to everything else on the list, I mean, Land of the Lustrous, Recreators, those are some shows. Just the CGI was amazing in those.
Januszki CGI wasn't good, especially because I don't know why every time they close up the cameras in the character's head and had them turning to the camera, they use CGI, and it was a bad CGI. I don't know why. When they turn around in distance, it was 2D, but when it was close up in the faces, it was CGI every single time. I don't know why they did that.
Well, I mean, for Inuyashiki, I first of all, I gotta not disagree with the fact that the CGI was bad but the CG, like in Inuyashiki, they were always CG because of their like the weird character designs. They do that thing where it's like they draw on the CG model to kind of give off the feel of 2D, but it's not actually 2D. It's just a CG model that's been drawn on. That's just to try to keep them from like collapsing with all those like weird lines and whatnot that they have on their face, just signal how old the old guy is, for example, or whatnot. But yeah, I think Inuyashiki is by far the worst CG show here, and obviously Land of the Lustrous is just by far the best looking CG show I've ever seen.
Definitely.
Not just with this season. It's if we can get more CG shows looking like Hosuke no Kuni or Land of the Lustrous, I don't mind watching a lot more CG anime. I'm not against CG, but I'm technically for all kinds of animation. I like animation in general, but I'm against bad-looking CG.
See, I kind of agree with you on that one too, especially with Inuyashiki. It had, in a way, some really good CGI, but then when it went bad, it really went bad. So it really just clashed in so many scenes.
You saw a lot with a lot of similarities with that in Rage of Bahamut's Virgin Soul. Out of nowhere, you would have this wonky, out of place CGI with how the rest of the anime looked. Even if some areas looked strong, when it looks bad, it's very noticeable and it's almost jarring at a point. So, I think this category exists because of where the anime industry is heading. Even though the animes themselves weren't necessarily all that great, it was definitely a viewpoint on where CGI is heading. So just moving this along, guys. Since we can so we can get to the actual winners and then some bigger and better points to continue talking about. So I'm gonna kind of go through the next few categories, kind of rapid fire, and then I'll let Michael and Robert. I'll let you guys take over for a couple of these categories. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. So best score, we'll get to later in our own little award ceremony. There, nominations were Made in Abyss, Little Witch Academia, Land of the Lustrous, Magus Bride, Aka 13, and Recreators. A quick point: as much as I like Aka 13, didn't really remember the score too much. So it kind of felt out of place. Quick thought from anybody. Okay. Excellent.
You wanted to
They're
move
so
it along.
memorable. Yeah.
Well, I know moving along, but just a quick point if anyone has one real quick thing to say.
No.
No. All right. Best animation, Silent Voice. Are we all in agree with a movie shouldn't belong in this category?
There should never be a movie if you're gonna compare it with nothing else but TV shows. Movies and TV shows are work on completely different production schedules, and it makes no sense.
It's definitely unfair.
Yeah, and the fact it didn't win was even more bizarre.
It should have won.
Easily. But that's what a fan vote ends up doing for it. So, the other nominations were My Hero Academia Season 2, Land of the Lustrous yet again, Dragon Maid, Little Witch Academia, and March Comes In Like a Lion. Best Action category nominations were My Hero Academia Season 2, Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans Season 2, Attack on Titan Season 2, so a lot of sequels we're going here, Fate Apocrypha, Blood Blockade Battlefront, and Beyond, and Land of the Lustrous once again. So, Tori, your anime of choice is really hitting hard with the nominations, along with My Hero Academia Season 2.
It is, and just to kind of point out, one of the things I disliked about the Crunchyroll Awards is I don't like how, there is no limit to what can be nominated for what. I do understand that a lot of shows can obviously hit multiple of these categories out of the park. That's not the point, but it becomes a point where it's kind of stupid to see the same shows over and over again, and especially here, like Land of the Lustrous in action. I like the action in Land of the Lustrous, but let's not kid ourselves. It's not about the action. The action is a nice add-on for the series, but it's not what the series is about.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. Best drama category, one of my favorite categories. One of the hardest to pick in many years, but it's a lot of even podcasts themselves mix this with slice of life. I even asked you guys when doing the categories if we wanted to do the same thing, and you disagreed. So we kept it separate. I still no, we kept it separate. Even
I know we kept the category separate. That's not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, that'll come later. The the nominations were Rakugo Season 2, March Comes In Like a Lion, Made in Abyss, Magus Bride, Scum's Wish, and Aka.
Mm-hmm. And once again, Magus Bride is not a drama.
I would disagree, but okay.
Yeah, definitely it's a drama.
Yeah.
Nope. Magus Bride, no.
Dude.
I mean,
I don't think it's a drama.
Skun's Wish
I think
was
it's melancholic.
nominated.
I don't think it's a drama.
Yeah.
What makes you think it's not a drama? I'm actually curious about that
Yeah.
one.
Because of the tone. It's more melancholic. It is. I don't ever get the feeling like the show is not working for an angle of this feels sad. This is sad. Be sad about this. It's about like it's a fantasy story and it's very melancholic. But I cannot sit there and say that Angie Maggie's Bride is high on the drama. It doesn't add a lot of. It doesn't add a lot of very dramatic elements. Yes, you have the shot. You have the fact that Chisa was sold into slavery, which is very early on and whatnot. But after that, well, I'm not exactly going to say that her life is all roses and sunshine, and the fact that for a while she does want to die. But it's the drama. I would still not call it drama. I would say it's way more melancholic than it is dramatic.
Isn't melancholy a type of drama though?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would say
It's just
something that makes you feel sad
it's
would
just
be
a different kind of emotional tone
Yeah.
the series is setting.
It's a different
Still.
type of drama.
Still, I don't agree with it.
I don't see it as very much different than the tone Akko was setting.
Yes.
Well, then Akka shouldn't be there either, in my opinion.
Oh.
I haven't
on,
seen
Tori.
Akka.
Oh, you're killing me here. All right, so moving on. Best comedy. We got our points across there. Best comedy was Dragon Maid Osomatsu Season 2 getting some love from Crunchyroll. That's shocking to me, since that's a very Japanese show. Little Witch Academia in the comedy category. Very controversial right there. Konosuba Season 2, Gamers,
son of a bitch.
and the short of Suredere Children.
God, how can Gamers be considered a good comedy?
Because it is a good
It's
comedy,
a comedy.
Oh, it
and it's good.
it was more drama than comedy, and it wasn't good at either.
Oh, I
Can't wait till we get to
agree.
that later. Alrighty, best slice of life is MMO Junkie, Suki Gakure, Girls Last Tour, Kimono Friends, Sakura Quest, and Monster Girls. So a lot of heavy Crunchyroll shows here, and a couple Amazon shows as well. You know that Amazon thing that used to exist last year?
Nope.
Oh, those are the days.
Oh, nope, already forgotten? Yeah, me too. I'm curious, you guys over at SASS, Robert, Michael, did you guys have a Amazon Strike subscription?
Sadly, I did.
Michael did, yeah.
Someone just bummed off of it on my
Aha.
end. So. And the happiest day of my life was when I got that partial refund in January, when it finally had ended. I mean,
Well, none of us over here at RLL had it because, well, that's an Amazon show. We didn't get it in our nations.
Aw.
well, you know what? The best part is that made me feel extra special is paying that extra $5 a month for late broadcasts, missing subtitles, and all the great quality that came along with that.
Yeah, it was really a hardcore service, wasn't it?
It was a shit show. It was an absolute anime shit show.
All right. Well, the last one I want to do, and I'll hand it off to you guys, is best continuing series, which I don't know what happened here. So it was March Comes In Like a Lion, Iron-Blooded Orphan Season 2, Dragon Ball Super, Detective Conan, All Out, and Naruto Shippuden. So why is All Out on here and not say, oh, I don't know, One Piece?
Because it's a continuous series, and no one likes One Piece. But can we all just agree? Can we all just agree here? What the hell? Best continuing series. That is the most pointless category, I think, in this entire
I would agree.
award show.
Yeah. What is the point of that category?
Yeah, that was.
I think what they were going for was the Dragon Ball Super Award.
Oh, too bad.
Too bad indeed. I was just so confused on why All Out, of all things, was on there when it's a bad show, first of all. To go up against the 20-plus year show, Conan, the one of the big four shonen shows in Naruto, the show that makes all the money, Dragon Ball Super. I mean, the reasons go on, and Tori, like you say, it's a pointless category, something that we just scrapped and replaced in our nominations altogether. So I'll hand this off to you guys, Michael and Robert, for the rest of them.
Yeah, so next category they had was Best Girl. So it's Akko, Uraraka, Moriko, Serval, Suyo, Asui, and Chise.
And seriously, what the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry. This makes me angry. This is the boiling point right here. This is where it all starts coming out. Because when that award show happened, and they started ripping on Sue, I don't know. You start fucking with Froppy here.
Yeah, why would you do that?
I know, right? Come on.
Froppy's awesome.
Froppy's great. Okay, that's really where the amateur hour, I think, came out for the show also. Because when the so-called, with air quotes, hosts of the awards start ripping on the categories while they're, still presenting everything with sunglasses on inside of a building like it's the late 80s and it's still cool. Oh, God. That was like some of the cringiest moments in the entire show.
I can believe it.
Hey, do you guys have any thing to say about those options?
Servo is not the best girl in Kimono Friends. I guess. I'm the only person who watched Kimono Friends. So I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like odd nominations to me, overall.
Nah,
Yeah,
I understand them.
Yeah, I understand.
We can say that later. But looking at the nominations, it feels like it was a very weak year for anime.
Yeah, that's kind of
least-
that's what I was kind of more or less going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Hickey.
Yeah.
So moving
Alright.
on to the next category, was Best Boy. There was Todoroki, Rei, Kazuma, Deku, Fafnir, and Yakumo.
Yeah, the old man boy, right?
Yeah. Who doesn't love Old Man Boy?
Couldn't even get Best Boy. They couldn't even nominate Best Boy. What the hell?
They couldn't even keep it in the boy age range. Is
It's
Ray even considered a boy? Because he's 18, isn't he? Or 19? And he's a professional shogi player.
I guess it depends on your definition of adult. But it is kind of weird that the last two categories, they've had two separate characters each from My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they're
Because
stacking
they
the
don't
deck
limit
here at all.
it.
It does feel like that's a little overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that has the focus on My Hero Academia right
Hey.
there.
If they could, they probably would have put nothing but My Hero Academia characters in here.
Don't give Robert ideas.
Yeah.
I think he's daydreaming here about that.
I don't really have a problem with that, but I guess it might be unfair to the other shows a little bit.
It's just
A
like,
little bit, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, you think so? Oh, nah.
Especially when you look
My
at the
Hero
next
is
category.
so great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. The two
Best
next categories,
hero.
for that matter.
Deku, Jin, Manoa, Akko, Kokuri, Chise, and Nanache.
Nanachi.
Nanachi.
Nanachi
sorry.
was a hero? Really?
Chise was a
No.
hero? No. Chise? What the
She's
fuck?
not a
I
hero.
know.
This is
Chisa's
but
not a
this is
hero
the-
either.
This is the point
Well, she's
about
a
this
protagonist,
category.
I guess.
But this is the point about this category and the next category. Like, again, best hero, best villain. Well, obviously, you then have to go to a show that has heroes and villains in it, wouldn't you?
I wonder if there's a popular show about heroes and villains on Crunchyroll at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe in its second
Black
season.
Clover.
Yes, Black Clover, that's the one.
Oh God.
Oh, that's not what they were going for? The next big thing of shonen?
I think they tried, but it didn't work out. Nobody wanted to vote for it for some reason. I think people don't
Yeah.
like that
Didn't-
show.
Didn't they drop the King of Shonen advertisement a while ago? It just
Yeah.
disappeared out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. No, I'm not getting crazy. Okay, people remember the King of Shonen. Okay.
Oh, I do.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
so moving on to the next category, it was best villain. Again, some more Hero Academia with Stain, and then Tanya, Bondrude,
Yep.
Cardophilus, Hero, and Usagi.
Cartophilus.
Yes.
Don't worry, you still pronounce it better than I would have.
Pronunciation's on point.
They're really stretching on nominations on this one.
Oh God, they were. This was such a sad category.
I don't know. I think Stain is pretty great.
Okay, Stain fits in here. I know you have your bias on this.
Stain is easily the best villain of 2017, I'm not mad about that, but it's the point where it's like, it's a category made for Made in Abyss. Wow, I wish. It's a category made for My Hero Academia. Basically.
See, I don't know. I thought Tanya the Evil had a chance on this category, though.
I mean, she's evil, but she's also technically, the protagonist of the story.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the problem there. She's evil, but she's not actually the villain.
I mean,
God,
but are you really
the
rooting
villain
for her?
is God.
I don't think anyone's rooting for her on this. Yeah. God.
Yeah, I think
imagine
it
the
was also in
stain
a
that would've
category
happened.
for. I think it was a good category for Juni Taisen as well. The Twitter was all about Juni Taisen, the Usagi guy, on best villain category.
But he's not villain. He's not a villain. He's just psychotic.
He's just a crazy dude with
He's
hot
doing what he's
pants,
supposed
I
to
know.
be.
Yeah, they all do. They're all supposed to be. Oh, he's a villain. He's killing them. They're all supposed to be killing each other,
they're all
except for that
supposed to be
pacifist for
killing
some
each other.
reason.
Yeah.
Except for that pacifist was like, I'm going to join this and not kill anyone. Why are you here? Like, you're literally here to die.
Yeah, we saw how well that worked out for him.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, he's actually really good at it too. So if anything,
He's the best out of all of them.
right?
His
And
his whole objective was to win at all costs, including kill himself.
Yeah.
With a
Kind of
stylish rabbit
overpowered,
outfit,
though.
nonetheless.
Kind of overpowered. Don't you think you can keep yourself alive by killing yourself?
Yeah, do you guys have any other things to say about that category?
No,
I am not biased, and I think Stain is a good villain.
Yep.
I can give My Hero Academia that. I can
Thank
give
you.
that.
Robert, you can enjoy the moment and know that people actually agree with you for once on your My Hero Academia opinions.
It feels great.
Yeah, and oh, nice. It feels great to have the one guy who doesn't like the show. I agree with you. Something is wrong with your opinion. I just want to point that out as well.
I don't know. When I did the write-in vote for best villain, I put Asta's voice. So just throwing that out there.
I don't know, it gets catchy after a dozen episodes or so.
No.
When your ears bleed and your brain breaks a little bit.
Okay, maybe it's broken me emotionally.
All right, there you go.
More of a Stockholm Syndrome kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is Stockholm
I
Syndrome,
can
the
totally
anime.
get it.
No, it
Now-
isn't. I got out of the way before that.
Now, for our anime of the year, though, actually, this I think was one of the best categories when it comes to nominations, though. A lot of them actually make sense on here. I can't really disagree against any of them. We have
Okay.
Made in Abyss, March Comes In Like a Lion, Land of the Lustrous, My Hero Academia Season 2, Rakugo Season 2, and Little Witch Academia.
Yay.
Oh, I hear that excitement.
As the beer is poured.
Yeah. I'll open up one for that, too. Such a great nomination.
Mm. Oh, we're all drinking there.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Nothing like hitting the LaCroix hard.
Well, how about we save our opinions over anime of the year for our awards?
No. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think we can hold off for our awards.
All
No, I
right.
can't hold back anymore.
So, woo Thundercrowd. Let's go with the winners. Oh no! All right. So, according to Crunchyroll, just a rundown. Best OP was My Hero Academia. Best ED was Dragon Maid. Best film was Your Name. Best CGI, Hoseki no Kuni, aka Land of the Lustrous. Best score, Made in Abyss. Best animation, My Hero Academia again. Best action, My Hero Academia again. Best drama was Dragon Maid. Best slice of life was Girls Last Tour. Bit of a shock vote there on that part. And then here's where it starts to get funny. Best continuing series was March Comes In Like a Lion. However, as shocking as that was, when they played Because what they would do is they would play kind of the OP music of each show that won. They seemed to play My Hero Academia OP over March Comes In Like a Lion.
No, you're crazy. That was totally the March Comes In Like a Lion opening.
So even a category that they don't win, My Hero Academia still wins. Best Girl was not a tie between the two Hero Academia characters. It was just Uraraka from My Hero. Best Boy was Todoroki from My Hero, not the main character, because that went to Best Hero. Best Villain went to Stain, so continuing the My Hero Academia awards. And then Anime of the Year was not My Hero.
No!
It was Made in Abyss.
What? They didn't win my Anime of the Year? My Hero Academia?
Hallelujah.
How is this possible? This
Fuck
is
Pretty
you
wild.
all.
So it tried to pull the
Fuck
Yuri
you
on
all.
Ice, but failed at the very end.
Yep.
So My Hero
you.
Academia Season 2 ended up winning 7 out of the 16 anime awards. The two snubs were Little Witch Academia, nominated in 6 categories, didn't win anything, and Rakugo was nominated in 4 categories and didn't win anything.
This is why I think the Crunchyroll Awards are bullshit. First of all, the fact that any
Fuck
show
you
can
all.
win 7 out of 16 categories.
Well, and the show's as good as My Hero Academia. I mean, it may be
Exactly.
I
understandable.
don't
Fuck
care if
you
it's
all.
if
How
it
can
would
you
have
argue
been
with
Cowboy Bebop. Doesn't matter. You shouldn't win. One show shouldn't win like more than half of the goddamn, or like almost half of the fucking. Math's on point here. Almost half of the goddamn awards it can win. That makes no sense.
Yes, it does.
If it's that good,
just
it
that
deserves
good.
it. You know,
Yeah.
this isn't, we're not giving participation trophies out here. We're giving this to the real winners, the true deserving winners.
Fuck you
Really?
all.
Because it seems like they gave a lot of participating
you all.
trophies.
My Hero Academia did win 7 out of the 9 categories it was nominated in.
Mm-hmm.
So like a slight majority.
Yeah, see, it
So
didn't win all of them.
it was nominated for more than half of the awards.
And
Deservedly
it somehow
so.
didn't win Anime of the Year. Shocking.
It somehow had all of the best characters, apparently, but just
It somehow had
wasn't
all the
of
best
them.
everything. Just like Yuri on Ice.
Oh God, no.
But it's not, it's sadly, My Hero Academia, this just proves it. It's not quite as good as Yuri on Ice was.
Oh, that I felt physical pain on that one.
Oh my god, Tori's speaking the truth because the numbers don't lie.
You know it.
No, I think of the real shame though that Little Witch Academia didn't win anything though. I think part of it is, especially, I'm not sure how it is overseas, but here in the US, how it wasn't aired weekly and Netflix just dropped it with no hype whatsoever in chunks and didn't even wait for the series to end. It's just like, hey, here's the first half. Randomly, we're going to throw it out there in the spring. And it's the fall. Here, with no hype, here's the second half of the series. So it didn't really get the hype it deserved.
It didn't. What I noticed for a lot of the nominations and what won, with the exception of My Hero Academia, it was a long running show, so it went across a couple seasons there. But it was mostly to the shows that came out in winter, when a lot of people pick up anime again, because they're on their winter break, they pick it up, they watch a lot of the shows during that time, and the end of the year, same kind of situation.
Yes.
A lot of the spring and summer shows seem to have been either omitted or missed or forgotten about.
No love for recreators.
Good.
Good.
Awesome. Great.
Man,
If I could nominate that twice for hate, I would.
Hey, I wonder
Oh,
how many
That is not true. You will
awards...
nominate...
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. That is not true, JJ. You would nominate Hoseki no Kone for hate. Okay?
You would have.
I was there
I
with
would have
you
if someone else
way
didn't
too
nominate it already.
But I wonder, how many awards do you think? What's that show called? The MMO Junkie show. How many awards do you think that would have won, or been nominated in, for that matter, if it weren't for the fact of the for that little thing with the director?
yes. Oh, I think I heard it big time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of put a because I mean MMO Junkie was incredibly popular on Crunchyroll when it came out. Everyone was talking about it. So for that to kind of just disappear, That's I don't take that as just coincidence. I don't think I take that as just wasn't as good as the other ones.
Oh no, they swept that right under the rug.
It's like not a real thing anymore.
But was this a show? Did we ever have this? I don't remember this. No.
Yeah, it was heavily advertised over Crunchyroll. Like all their podcasts were talking about it. It was all over the place. You could find it anywhere, and then all of a sudden, at a drop of a dime, bang, it's gone. Forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you remember the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
Yes, very good movie. I believe
very
that
great
won an
movie.
Academy Award.
I have a feeling that the judges just probably did that to just wipe out that anime from their memory completely. That's the only explanation, really, for that one. Because everyone was talking about it. Especially even a lot of the judges who nominated these films. They're the ones who were actually hyping up this show when it was out. And for them to ignore it completely, yeah, there has to be that ulterior motive, or they had their mind erased. One of the two.
It was pretty wild in how everything went down. But yeah, that's a good point, Tori.
I make good points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I keep you on. That's why we're here. Hickey, what do you got to say over the awards
Fuck you
themselves
all.
now? And all the winners.
I've been saying that in the background for quite a while, but seriously, fuck you all.
Wouldn't be a podcast episode without Hickey and Tori, mostly Hickey, telling me to fuck off.
Hey, I only do it once in a while.
I don't know. I guess it shows people really like the anime, I guess. That is the only thing I can say. For My Hero Academia winning a lot of the nominations, of the categories, I guess it just means that people were way too hyped on My Hero Academia. I was underestimating how people felt orphaned when Naruto and Bleach ended, but with this with these awards, the way it went down, people. I wouldn't say people ignored some shows. Like, it feels weird for like My Hero Academia winning some of those categories, like best animation.
Oh,
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It feels weird. Best action. I guess if we can put like best it went best boy and best hero, like, because people were discussing a lot in season 2 which one was best boy, if it was Todoroki or Midoriya, and they put best boy and best hero, so both of them can win. I think it was a mistake on my part to underestimate how people like My Hero Academia and how people are hyped for My Hero Academia. But still, I think it was so weird to see My Hero Academia winning in some of those categories. And fuck you all. They shouldn't won that much,
Well, it's it is an enjoyable show. It's such a fun show. Personally, I think I should start making a podcast about that show.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I mean, it's so great. I'm really worth devoting at least one episode a week to.
I think maybe, like, what do you say, like 22 episodes?
Yeah, maybe we can release it every Monday as a spoiler cast. Just throwing that out there.
fuck you all.
Oh my god, Hickey's like a WWE wrestler with his catchphrase right now. It's crazy. I'll see you in the steel cage. Bring your best My Hero Academia gear, and I'll say fuck you.
Yeah, this is gonna be the catchphrase for this episode, of course, because we still have our ones to go.
Hickey hates My Hero Academia like JD hates Land of the Lustrous.
No,
I don't know if it's
I read the manga. I
know you did.
Chapter 110, I think. So I'm past season 3 that is coming out. I know that season 3 of My Hero Academia will be great because it's the part I liked in the manga. But I cannot like the show. I cannot like the show. I cannot like it's not about the characters, it's more about the author. I cannot like the way he writes things. And because everything he does is writing, and most of it he writes, of course he writes the story, I cannot like it. Because I don't like the way he writes. I like the decisions he makes. And I don't think he's a good writer. Because of that, it impacts on how the story is made or how the story told and how the story is animated, things like that. That's why on the bundle of things you get in My Hero Academia, I cannot like it. Because
Now-
it is contaminated by what the author likes it. You know, how he likes to
Are
write
you-
stories, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with how he does things.
Are you talking about
That is
the
basically why.
author of the manga or the writers of the show?
The writers of the show are just duplicating what they see in the manga. Some parts of the show where they change it, I also didn't like.
Are you referring
I
to
won't-
how
I
they
won't
went
go on
about?
spoilers.
Uh,
Yeah, we can go on spoilers when we are done, and I can explain some parts of the show they changed, and I didn't like it. But right now, let's put it as that. I don't like the decisions the directors and writers of the show made, and I hate how the author makes his story.
See, I kind of like the fact that it's a little bit different than most shonens. You actually, like, Deku really has to strive and work for every little bit that he gets. And even, like, in season 2, like, not to get into, like, too big spoilers, but you'd think normally that the protagonist would win the sports festival, and he isn't the one to win.
Well, first of all, he
Basta
just
would've
breaks
won.
his arms. Second of all,
Yeah, because he's
It
still
is a
ready to
shitty
control his
torment
power.
arc.
And
You're
second of
wrong.
all,
it is a shitty.
the
it is
real
just
hero
shitty.
won.
You're
The
wrong.
real
hero
It's
didn't
not
win.
a shitty tour.
You don't, third of all,
All right,
you don't
guys,
have,
all right,
you
guys,
don't have
one at a
any
time
hype to the arcs. The only thing you have is, okay, the villains attack. You guys almost died. A lot of people is very and like severely injured. Tournament arc. Oh! I don't like it. I don't think that is great. I don't think that is great writing, you know. And because of it is just that the author just repeats that for the entire fucking manga and the show. I don't think it's good writing. I cannot like it. Can we move
is
on?
that not
Can we
just the
please
shonen
move on?
trash we all know and love?
No, I'm not.
All right, so this I think we've touched on the Crunchyroll awards quite enough at this point in the show. Now, in this next segment here, this is something that's near and dear to my heart and near and dear to everybody else's, I believe. This is what a lot of podcasts do, is when they say their best anime of the year, 2017, what have you, they run down a top 5, top 10. It's not actually what they think is the best, I feel. It's more or less their favorite. It's whether you're subjective or objective as possible, what it comes down to is favorite, mostly. Anyone kind of disagree with that?
No, I don't think.
No, I agree.
mean, obviously, people will go for their favorites, but I feel like that's kind of, when you ask for somebody's top shows from a season, I feel like you're kind of asking them to say what they enjoyed. So it's like, it makes sense. You would go with your favorites for that sort of question. It's like, I mean, let's be real. Who are you actually trying to impress?
Right. Right. It's hard to get out of that mindset and just say, you know what, maybe my favorite show wasn't the best of, say, 2017. It was actually 10th. I think it takes a lot of a different sort of mindset to get out of there. What do you guys think, Robert and Michael?
No, I completely agree with that aspect too, and I see Robert just like nodding along here, like, "Yep."
No,
Okay, I'll take your nod in the wrong direction then.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I feel like what you think is the best should also be your favorite. I don't see that as a completely objective thing. Of course, like, what you like is going to be personal. Like,
oh no, I can challenge you right here because I know you, Robert.
okay,
There was a certain Hollywood film that came out a couple years ago
okay,
with Nicolas Cage, where he was driving very angry. You may remember this film.
that wasn't my favorite film of the year.
It wasn't, but was it a good film? No.
No.
Did you enjoy the living hell out of it?
Yes, but because
Yes!
of how terrible it was.
But you still enjoyed
I would
it.
never call that my favorite movie or best movie of the year.
Now, do you own this film currently?
It's like, let's talk
Did
about...
you own this film?
No, well, you gave it to
Do
me.
you own... That doesn't matter. You own the 3D version of it.
It was gifted.
You were appreciative to receive it. That's the difference right there. You can enjoy something and still not think it's great.
I love it.
I have a
All
feeling
right.
we're going to see some great choices on your list, Michael.
Only the best quality.
I look forward to this. So, the way we're going to do this is we're just going to go counting down 5 to 1, and just make a short point over each one, and then we can move on. So I'll take the realm here, and then I'll tag out to Hickey. So number 5 to me was My Hero Academia Season 2. It was shonen trash at its finest. Haven't experienced really a shonen show like that drew me in as much as My Hero Academia, especially with the Stain arc, the tournament arc. It all rolled together so well. I was enthralled from the get-go. It was a show that I had to watch every week. Number 4 for me was Made in Abyss. It was the most unique show of the season for me. It really stood out on its own. It was a show that I hated the art style at first. I wasn't into it. We spoke about this on the podcast with Hickey. He was watching it. I go, okay, I'll give it a few episodes, then I might give it a try. If you still recommended it, Hickey goes, yeah, definitely watch it. I watch it, and I just found myself enthralled with the world, the story, the background art. Background art I haven't seen since, say, I don't know, most 70s or 80s show. It felt hand-drawn, everything. The color palettes were great. The show even somehow made the chibi art characters work with what was going on. Following it up with number 3 was March Comes In Like a Lion. That should be no surprise coming from me. It was my number 1 show of 2016, even just 12 episodes. Now to get 24 in a year, I continue to love Ray, his journey of coming into his own. It also focused on a couple other characters in the show and what they have to do. Even characters you hate or the show built up as being hateful, you somehow even fall for them and what they're going on. Incredible, and the art style is just something I salivate at. Very unique. I love the mangaka and her art style to this. Number 2 is Kakaguri. Girls getting hot and bothered by gambling in games that they cheat and don't understand the rules. I loved it. It was the pure spectacle. Do I think it's the best show? I don't even think it cracks my top 10 if I was making that. But did I love it? It was my second favorite of the year. I could not stop watching this show. And my number 1 is Little Witch Academia. It was my favorite by far. I had the most feels during the show. I fell in love with the characters. It gave me kind of that young, just adventurous feel from the get-go. With the first half kind of being this episodic, get to know the characters, get to know the world kind of feel. And just when you want more, the show hits it with a story that continues and builds on Akko, the main character, and what she's going through, who she is, and the people around her and how they affect her. And it even had her group really come into their own and build into Akko and what that ending was. I love the show. It was my number 1. Hickey, I'm tagging out to you.
Okay, I don't have that in a specific order because it is favorite shows. I cannot score a favorite show. If it was best one, I could put like 5 to 1, but it is out of order. First one here, I have like from bottom to top. I have Little Witch Academia. I'm a Trigger fan. I'm a Trigger fan. I watch anything that is Trigger. I think that Little Witch Academia with 24 episodes was a little bit of a stretch for something that was a movie, like cheer movies and whatnot. There were episodes that I think the production wasn't that good, and I think it was the outsourced ones. Other episodes, the story wasn't good because, like I said, it felt like a little bit of a stretch, like they thought of something to fill some holes while they were telling the story. But other ones, I was just screaming like a retard because I love My Hero. Like I love Little Witch Academia. I really
It
like
sounds you
Trigger.
almost said
I like how
My Hero Academia.
I like. Yeah, because I'm still salty, and the only thing I can think about is how to destroy fucking My Hero Academia in later. Anyway, how like I like Aqua. I like the characters. Sushi, you know. Anyway, I play Schoolgirls. I play a character called Squiggly, and she has a sushi skin. I play with her skin because I really enjoy the characters. I enjoy how they chose to tell the same story we are familiar with, but in another light. Second one is Rakugo's second season, coming in from the first season, which is very strong. The second season was a little bit weaker than the first one, but still the music is very interesting. The art style, the animation, everything is done well, and there's a lot of effort. You know the effort put behind the show, especially with the voice acting, because it's Rakugo. Rakugo is the guy in a theater sitting down by himself and telling a story. So of course the voice actors, they had to do a stellar job in an anime about narration. Just the ending that was a little bit I don't want to talk about the ending, but it wasn't anything bad anyways. Next one I have Aka 13. I'm a law student. I like laws and politics. It was an anime about laws and politics, so of course I'm gonna like it. There's no way around it. Then I have Hoseki no Kuni. Yeah, Tori.
Yeah.
Hoseki no Kuni was a surprise. Hoseki no Kuni was gonna be our blood pact, because when you heard about it, anthropomorphic gems fighting in CGI, we thought it would be horrible. But in the end, it was very good. The music, the animation was good. How they use the camera, they break the knowledge we had about CG and how CG was used, and used it in a unique way. It was kind of dumb how people use CG before Hoseki no Kuni, because it was obvious they weren't doing a good job of it. But Hoseki no Kuni came to break with that notion of how to use CG we had. And the first one here I have Made in Abyss. Just like JD said, the story is very good, the characters are very good. You don't mind the design. I told him to keep watching the story because it is engaging. You get engaged at the story. You get engaged with the characters. And it pays off. Because people were hyping Made in Abyss. And most of the time with anime, people hype it and the hype doesn't pay off. With Made in Abyss, the hype does pay off. And it is deserved to be a liked show by everyone and win in Crunchyroll awards, like we said, best anime of the year. At least in my opinion, of course. Now that next one will be JD. Who's the next one?
I have Robert listed to tag in. My bad.
All right, Robert, let's hear your shit taste.
Tag out.
Yeah.
We're not
a
judging
great example.
hard.
A great example of what all of our tastes are. Kind of hints of what the nominations are coming up later in the show.
No, never.
So
Never.
Fuck you
For
all.
my fave, I have at number 5 as Restaurant to Another World. I mean, it's a cool, like, chill anime. Like, I can sit back after a long day and just watch really tasty food being made with crazy fantasy characters. And it's like a new little story every week. I like it. It's a fun anthology series. Number 4 I have as the new Kino's Journey, which probably would have been higher on the list, except for that weird ass sheep episode. Just what? What even was that? Why? But overall, it's a great, just like, introspective anthology series, and I love.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, what?
Have you seen the original Kino's Journey?
Yes. Yeah, I love the original as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Just curious.
Just to make sure.
Okay. Number 3, I have as the Blade Runner special animation that was made right before the new movie came out. It's really got like beautiful animation, sets a cool mood, and really helps set up the story for the movie itself, which was an awesome movie that unfortunately I think myself and maybe like one other person saw in the movie theater.
It bombed. It bombed hard.
Yeah, it's
Great reviews and bombed hard.
Every time I heard somebody talk about it on a podcast, they're like, "Well, I could go see Blade Runner, but it's 2.5 hours," and I'm just like, "What? Most movies are 2 hours. Like a half hour is a sitcom longer. What? What the hell? Why is that such a long movie?" But and number 2 I have as Junie Tyson, which was a series that I almost gave up on after the first episode because the character in the first episode, Boar, is such a horrible trash human being. But Michael told
She
me
was my favorite character.
Oh.
Yes.
Fuck Boar.
Oh,
A
Hickey
horrible
chiming
trash
in with the
human being
greatest.
except for the rest of them?
I mean, the rest of them
Hey,
had
I
some
like
kind of
her.
honor or values.
I don't. No,
Like
I don't
Rabbit.
have. I don't have an excuse. I just like her.
So,
But
I also
yeah,
like the Disua character.
I also loved how it was continuing story, but every single episode was from a different character's perspective, and you got a different character's backstory. It felt a lot like reading a novel.
ooh, interesting.
And sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's based off of a novel.
I
know, right?
Shocking.
I think not.
By a certain Nisio Uesun, the same guy who did
Especially-
Monogatari.
Especially because each chapter actually lines up to an episode. Like, exactly.
Well,
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of novels are written that way. Let's say like the Game of Thrones series, but in the show, they don't tell it in that perspective. Like Game of Thrones, each chapter is a different character's perspective, but in the show, you just get omniscient narrator. I really like how this show actually did something that you don't see in a show too often, right? And as number 1, I have Hickey's all-time favorite anime, My Hero Academia Season 2.
Wait a minute, guys from that do the My Hero Sassadamia cast like My Hero Academia the most?
I don't believe
What a
it.
shock.
What is
I don't
this?
I'm
I
gonna-
believe.
I'm not-
You
I'm
know
not
what? I
gonna-
believe
So
that was
far,
a.
though.
I believe that was a
I'm not
typo
picking
for
on
Black
you.
Clover.
I'm not gonna pick on you. You know, I think it would be dumb for the guy with almost 1,100 series watch it. Pick on the guy with, I don't know, 12.
Oh!
I'm gonna keep it down. I'm gonna keep it down.
I gotta see some aloe
You
for
know.
that burn.
It hurt. It hurt. Jeez. Michael,
Oh.
can you make it better with your choices here?
Easily.
Okay.
Easily. Now, for my number 5.
Don't disappoint me.
Please.
All right, marking down Black Clover for Michael already.
1 through 5 is Black Clover, just for Asta's voice alone. No. Number 5 is a hard-hitting drama that goes straight to the heart called King's Game. No, I'm just kidding. No. In all seriousness.
Your real picks, thanks.
It's a battle.
No. My number 5, I'll admit, it might be considered shit, but I loved the living hell out of it. It was fun, it was ridiculous, it was batshit crazy, and it was Vatican Miracle Examiner.
I like the first arc. I'm with you. Like, the first arc is amazing. The first arc is fucking amazing. The rest of the show is not that good.
Now, the first arc, if it was the entire show was like that, it would probably be number 2 on my list. Easily.
Dude.
Now, the end isn't as good, but it's still so fucking ridiculous that it's an enjoyable watch. You really have no idea where the hell the show is going. Even the tone, it is all over the place. It's what makes it a bad show, yet so damn entertaining at the same time.
Yeah, I know. When when Vatican was going on, like it was airing, I was the only one watching. And then I watched the first episode. I was like, dude, people, watch this. At least watch the first arc. Every single week, we went to, what the fuck is happening? To just a bunch of monkeys screaming on voice chat every single time you talk about that show.
And then it went downhill.
Then it went on, yeah. But Frozen Hitler, though, that was amazing.
Oh,
in Mexico.
Especially the flaming Hitler clone. That scene right there.
Yeah.
That should be a wallpaper on my computer.
That was awesome. And
I'm surprised it doesn't mind.
the fathers and the church was doing also, they were drug dealers and shit. Yeah.
Oh god, yes. Oh yes, and the weird clown thing, and oh god.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That show was a shit show, but holy shit, was an enjoyable shit.
I can't wait for the Blu-ray to come out.
I can.
Now, for my number 4, I kind of have an opposite reaction to this one than Robert. This one was kind of off of my list until the sheep episode of Kino's Journey, which was awesome and knocked it up to number 4 in my opinion. Now, I've seen the original show also, and I think that people who say the old one's better than the new one may have a bit of the nostalgia blinders on. Now, the old show's good too, but the new one I think is equally as good. Plus, the animation is freaking amazing on it.
It's so much nicer looking.
It is so much nicer looking. And epic sheep battle to end it all off with. I think the pacing was a little bit better in the new one also. And it was such an enjoyable show. I had so much fun watching it. I think they did a great job with the remake. Definitely earned its number 3. Now, going along with unpopular taste that I enjoyed was my number 3 show, Rage Bahamut Virgin Soul. Now, I love Genesis. I absolutely love Genesis. And a lot of people said that this version wasn't as good, and especially went down near the end. The ending was just shit. And I'm just flipping the bird twice to those people because I think it was equally as good. I love the new characters to introduce. The ending actually made sense. It was a gorgeous show. It was a fun ride. It was easily one of the best shows, not just in my opinion, I think, of the summer, but overall, just it was one of the best shows of the summer. Now for my number 2, Inuyashiki. Which, unfortunately, I still had to suffer through Amazon Prime on this one, or Amazon Strike, or whatever the hell they were calling it that week. This is a show that, when I talk about a binge watch, it was an epic binge watch for me, in the fact that I didn't watch this when it was airing. I actually watched this around New Year's, when I had the flu, and I was just sick and couldn't do anything. I was popping NyQuil like there was no tomorrow.
So you were in an alternate state of mind watching this show.
It may have made it more enjoyable. But what happened is, after I watched the first episode, I switched from NyQuil to DayQuil. Because I need to stay awake and binge through the entire series. It was fun. I loved the different moral dilemmas and the moral, I wouldn't say growth, but changes in between especially the antagonist, the brutal finger gun battles, the crazy flying scenes. It was a little batshit crazy off the wall. I like some of the side stories involved with it. It was just fun. It was a fun, enjoyable show, and it was a complete straight binge watch. From the first episode to the last episode, without stopping. And then for my number 1, which may shock people because it is not Made in Abyss. I'm sorry, it is not, well, it is Made in Abyss. It's not My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia didn't make my top 5, but Made in Abyss made my number 1. And everyone's already mentioned how great the animation is, how great the story is. But what really gets me about Made in Abyss is that when I watched it, I went back to like 5 or 6-year-old version of me, watching cartoons, watching shows, maybe on a Saturday morning in my pajamas, eating a bowl of cereal, sitting on the floor in front of the TV, and just being lost in that wonder and adventure, and really just losing myself in that fantasy and that story. And I really felt like a kid again, with those same emotions, watching Made in Abyss.
And then that one scene happened.
Yeah, and then you see some guy's head being cut off, and you're traumatized for life.
I also had a very sick childhood too, but that's aside from the point.
So that was
No,
in your
I watched.
Saturday morning.
Well, I watched
cartoons,
it Afro
Michael?
Samurai
yeah.
when I was a kid, so like
Of course you did.
I kind of remember something like that happening. I was like, "Oh, this is so cool! Oh my god!" Yeah.
I always thought that was awesome as a kid. Yeah.
I see. So, Michael, you need to be off the My Hero Academia cast, is what you're telling me?
Oh, it's probably, I'd say it's like my number 6 or 7. It's around there with Little Witch
Join me.
Academia.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a reason I host
Come
that
to
show,
my
Michael.
side. Come to my
Join the
side.
dark side.
Yeah, there's a reason Robert hosted My Hero Academia show and not me. So,
It is working. It is working.
Oh, Vicky, go back to bed.
Well, now I'm accepting new applications for co-hosts on.
Great things happen.
Could you
here.
imagine a My Hero Sassadamia cast with Hickey on there?
oh my god!
We're about to break down these episodes. Hickey gets on there. Well, fuck you, first of all. Thank you for having me here.
Fuck you and fuck this episode.
Well, but season 3 is coming out, and I like what is gonna happen in season. Well, aside from one character that I like that got cheated on. Yeah, I like this. The other season, the next season, I might like it.
Of course.
Good. Yes.
No
Come
spoilers,
to the
no
light
spoilers.
side, please.
We need to keep balance with the force.
Just like I'm going to the light side so I can beat you up and then I come back to my side. It's way better now. It's way better here.
No.
Just remember, Robert, I rated Vatican Miracle Examiner above My Hero Academia.
That is.
I can't even believe that. That's insane.
I just
The
want you to
joys.
remember this.
The joys of life.
Oh my god. Alright then. Well, I can see so this was predicted, so they had JD decided to save the best for last. That's always good.
Well, I mean, Tori, you are Norwegian from Norway.
Yes, that is correct. I am Norwegian and I am from Norway.
It has clearly been proven in recent history. Just happened. Norway is the best people and the best country.
Yep. We are the very best country. Not only are we the second happiest country in the world, we're also the best at Winter Olympics, and that's all that matters.
Now, I've heard, though, that the
First of
shithole
all-
countries have better weather.
No. No.
This is
You're
unfair.
wrong.
My country doesn't have snow. Like,
Get
this is-
snow,
this is
buy
unfair.
some.
This is unfair.
We can sell you.
Unfair.
Buy
We can
some.
I'm looking
We
at
can
the snow
sell it to
outside right
you.
now. It's so great.
Who the fuck would buy snow?
I don't know.
know.
Brazilian politicians.
Yeah. Hey, pay for shipping.
Probably.
We'll send you some.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. They would probably buy it.
Alright then. But let's get into these picks. Just like Hickey, I don't have these in any particular order. I just decided to pick 5 shows that my 5 favorite shows from 2017. And first one that comes up is, of course, of no surprise to anyone, and that is Hoseki no Kuni, or Land of the Illustrious. I fucking love that show so much. I spent every day watching that show, just posting a shit ton of gem memes in Discord. It was just, I was so happy. I love everything about that show. I love everything about the characters. I love Fuss. They're all so god.
Can
Rutil
you
is
pronounce
best
the
gem.
character's name?
Phosphophyllite? No. But
I know Portuguese.
dude, that has got
Twisters
nothing to
and
do
those
with it,
names.
JD. You don't need to pronounce their names.
Yeah.
No, they like
Do you
to
know-
give
do you
up
know in
halfway.
Norwegian?
What?
Do you know the names in Norwegian at least?
I assume it's the exact same, as we don't tend to change those. But
Names of minerals are usually based off of the chemical formula,
yeah,
and or based on the guy who found it, and so they don't change from language to language generally.
yep.
Well, I guess like the pronunciation and how you write it, it's different here.
Well, yeah,
It's fine.
The pronunciation is slightly different because we don't pronounce it like it's in English, but it's the exact same. It's written the same way. It's almost the same. So it doesn't really change that much. But yeah, Hoseki no Kuni is
Writing languages. Woo.
Hoseki no Kuni, for anyone that hasn't seen it yet, just get to watching it. It is a fantastic show. The only negative I have to say about that show is that it doesn't have an ending. So it's straight to the manga after. And the manga doesn't look as good as the anime does. The manga is actually drawn kind of poorly, but the story is still good.
Agreed.
And other than that, next up we have, obviously, because I too like this show, Made in Abyss. It was Thank you. It was a show that I originally wasn't gonna watch, just like JD, because I looked at it and I'm like, I'm sick of lollies in anime. Like I can't take this anymore. So I kind of originally overlooked it, but Hickey reeled me in after 3 episodes. Like, no, this is good. And I watched it and I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, I like the world. I like the idea. It's a nice idea, a nice little fantasy show. And it's like, let's go and explore this unknown. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then shit starts going down, and I'm like, oh god, this is serious stuff. Holy hell. And it was
Can you guys see the pattern forming? Can you guys see it?
Hickey is a bad shit-taste monster.
No, the King Weeb is claiming his throne. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, that is what happening.
Well, fuck it, let me just sit you right the fuck back down, because the next show is My Hero Academia Season 2.
Yes!
That's because you, my friend, have the best taste, of course.
I have the best taste, yes, you're right, thank you.
So I think you should be my co-host now instead
exactly.
of
No, the best
Michael Miracle Examiner.
I'll start my own Miracle Examiner show then.
No. My Hero Academia is... I'm just gonna go on and say this. I very much hate shonen. In general. I hate almost all shonen shows that come out. The only thing I like that shonen is sports. That's because I'm a huge sports nerd. So it's like, that's the only thing. I can watch any sports show. Well, almost any. I couldn't watch 2-Car. Fuck that show.
You watch it free? Have you watched it free? Wait, you watch it free?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Every guy watches free. They just have a hard time admitting it.
True. But yeah, it's, honestly, My Hero Academia is just, it's something else. It manages to get me hyped for the fights. I like the way, I like the way the stories are told. I like the goddamn tournament arc. I still think, controversial opinion, I know, but I still think the My Hero Academia tournament arc is better than the Yu Yu Hakusho tournament arc. The Dark Tournament arc. Which is universally revered as the best tournament arc in anime. But, I think the My Hero Academia arc does so much more, or tournament arc does so much more for the characters than the Yu Yu Hakusho's Dark Tournament arc does. And the Dark Tournament arc is... Well, let's not get into that. We're not talking about Yu Yu Hakusho. You know my opinions on that from a previous podcast. Moving on. We have obviously not finished yet, but it started airing in 2017, so it counts. And that is The Ancient Magus Bride, which I absolutely love. No, I don't think it's a drama, but it is still a fantastic story. I goddamn adore the characters. They are so good, they're so believable, and yes, even that skeleton monster is a goddamn believable character.
With such a weird premise,
fantastic.
too.
It is, but it's so good. This is what good story writing gets you. And obviously left. I need to shout this out from like atop the roof so everyone can hear it, because not enough people have watched this show, despite the fact that it's like the second season that's like a fucking 8.4 on Mal. It's a good goddamn show, and yes, I know Mal score usually doesn't count for anything, but this time they're right. And that's The Eccentric Family Season 2. You should obviously start with Season 1, but Season 2 is still fucking amazing. Who doesn't like who doesn't like a fantasy story about like Tanuki society trying to not get killed, since they live in between humans and fucking Tengu and what have you. With inner conflicts in their tribe about how things should be run and who gets to lead the Tanuki to the brighter future, and like I said, fucking sarcasm galore, and Benten, who is human and like half human and half Tengu. Well, technically completely human, but she has Tengu powers, and she is like fucking comes in there and just ruins everything for her own amusement, and it's fantastic. Like, everyone's favorite, sir. It's such a good show. Everyone, do yourself a favor and check out The Eccentric Family. It's a good show. Those were my 5 picks, and they were the best ones.
You sounded so sad and humble at the end.
I know, right?
Like, please, watch it.
Please,
Those
these
are
are
my
the best.
5
These are
picks.
the best picks of all time, and no one's watching them.
Well, I didn't say that. I said that for The Eccentric Family.
The part where it said, those are my 5 picks. Watch it. I was like, oh shit, I might watch my now fucking Centric Family just because of that.
Dude, you should watch it. It's a good show.
I would
I've been
agree with
meaning to
Tori with
watch
that
it.
one.
I will one day.
I know you will. You watch
Eventually.
everything.
Come on, man.
What? It's true.
But I'm trying so hard to stop. Please stop encouraging me.
No, stop watching seasonal. Start watching shows you missed out on, which are many, but you missed out on this one.
Well, alrighty,
One
guys.
week.
I think
Anyway.
it's time for the main show. You guys ready for this?
No.
SASS and RLR nominations and winners.
Oh, we are so ready for this.
Oh boy. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna kind of, I guess, trade off every category. Why not? We're gonna name the runner up and then the winner. And I've even put in parentheses whether they won easily, handedly, or what have you. We even got some ties in some categories. Very interesting. Got some notes if anyone wants to bring anything up to argue, because I expect a fight coming. I expect the steel cage to be down on these two podcasts here.
I already see my
Kumbaya,
fight.
lord.
I know where I'm going in. I'm going in hard.
As a Californian, I like to go the pacifist route.
Kumbaya.
The people at Berkeley would disagree, but all right.
Yes.
Ooh. All right, well, why don't we get this thing started? We have 20 categories. We all made our nominations. We all gave it a ranking system, accumulated points for each one, and this is what ended up happening. Whether everyone listening out here agrees with it or not, that is up to you guys, but this is what the SASS guys and the RLR, the Worldwide Weebs, have come to a consensus on. Despite the steel tray being brought out a couple times, which will happen.
It is freshly
So the
polished
best-
after all.
The best opening runner-up was a tie, starting off strong, between Kakagurui and Rakugo Season 2. Two very different opening songs, very different opening presentations. Now, was it just the song, or was it the song and animation, or was it the animation involved in the OP? That's up to you, the listener. However, Kakaguri and Rakugo Season 2 did get the runner-up. They tied, but the winner for Best Opening of 2017 surprised me personally.
I don't know
What
why.
it turned out to
Shouldn't.
be. I didn't say I disagree with the winner, but it does. The winner did surprise me, which is Konosuba Season 2.
Woo!
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild.
Ish.
No.
Crowd goes wild.
Okay.
You
Indeed.
guys.
Just me.
The crowd. Hi.
I'm the crowd. I'm the crowd now.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun opening song. All the shit going down on screen really gets you into who the characters are. It's good. I like it. I don't have a
Very
problem
good
with
opening.
That's got a cool little guitar lick.
it. Oh yeah.
Hey, the opening in and of itself has its own goddamn story. Oh. And the animation is just fantastic in that opening.
It
Yeah,
isn't bad,
you can
that's
have
for sure.
a few. Like you can have a few for the opening. I guess it won for everything it does.
Yeah.
But it was a very close vote. Very close. It was a three-way race all the way to the end. It was very good. Now, Robert, how about you take the next one for that next category?
Okay. Next category is best ed runner-up.
Pest Ed.
Best, yes.
Yes.
It's like
wow.
special ed, but the best special ed.
Yeah, I'm special ed. The next category is best ed. The runner-up was Children of Wales. And the winner, My Hero Academia Season 2.
As you say with a smirk on your face.
It started, guys. No.
Here we go, Crunchyroll
I mean,
awards all over again.
I personally cannot disagree. Children of the Whales has like a cool, like, ethereal feel to the music, you know? Like, beautiful piano. The strings give it a classy feel, but it's also kind of got like a little, like, techno-y beat as well. The visuals are really nice. But both ending songs to My Hero Academia Season 2, I think really give this awesome, like, upbeat feel, right? They're catchy, they get you pumped, like, no matter what, like, even, like, Season 2, there's a lot of, like, I'd say there's a lot more, like, downbeat endings to episodes, and this helps bring you up on a happier note right after some terrible things have happened.
I don't know. See, that's the way I look at ending songs. If you have a serious or sad note ending an episode, and then when music hits and it doesn't match that mood, to me it's very jarring.
Like Kokoku.
The way a Kokoku does it, yeah, definitely. But
Yeah, Kokoku with all the chicks in scantily clad clothing after heavy drama throughout the episode.
Yeah.
It's very odd, that's for sure.
That one
Plus the
doesn't
mighty.
fit at all. But like, at least like My Hero Academia, it does give you like a little like breather moment before the song actually picks up big time. So
Yeah.
you get to like kind of transition out.
And the first CD is better than the second.
I think that's why this category won, because it's technically cheating, because you have two different songs to choose from
Okay.
at once.
Nope.
I mean, I voted based on the second one because it was my favorite, I guess, from the two of them.
It was better.
Yeah, that one's awesome, right? You get like that cool, like chunky guitar
Because
riff
it had
and-
it had a story going on in the background as well. And
yeah,
they like
Yeah,
it.
nah.
So like,
the all the characters reimagined as fantasy characters in a fantasy setting. It's awesome.
and I like, especially because I watched the Konosuba OP right before, so I was like, yeah, this one is the better one.
I'm influencing people.
Hey, Mike, do you want to jump in on the next one?
Oh, sure thing. I'll
Alright.
jump in for the next one here for our best score. Now, the runner-up is, I know this may be a shocker to everyone out there, My Hero Academia Season 2.
But it did not win.
I know, which is kind of a surprise, because the less deserving winner,
Whoa.
that's
Whoa.
right, is Made in Abyss.
Whoa. What?
Oh, I just said it. I mean, the problem with this category, this winner here is, I'll admit it, Made in Abyss had a fantastic soundtrack. It sounded beautiful. It went with the emotional notes. You wrote the highs and lows of it. But you know what? It didn't have the memorable music like My Hero Academia had. When I think of like certain scenes in My Hero Academia, I can still remember the music that goes along with that. Not so much with Made in Abyss.
Them speak fighting
While
words.
Deku's scream interrupting the music.
Them speak fighting words, my boy. For me,
Except
it's
if I'm not mistaken, didn't Made in Abyss have a custom soundtrack throughout the show?
It did.
Custom
it did.
score?
yeah.
And it still wasn't as good as My Hero Academia Season
Well,
2.
The award would say different.
The Made in Abyss. The Made in Abyss
Are we giving
again,
opinions out here? Are we giving opinions out?
Go for it. Let's hear it.
Hoseki no Kuni should have won best score, but it
I
didn't
agree.
won because you guys haven't watched it. Just putting all the shame.
Oh.
Shame.
Oh,
The shame.
oh, the burn. The burn. Yeah, no, I
would
agree.
say it's a
Totally
burn,
agree
It
with
probably
you.
has a
with mild
fantastic
heat.
score, but so does Made in Abyss, and I don't mind that win.
Yeah, I
wins.
don't mind
For me,
Made in
it was
Abyss
it
won.
was between Made in Abyss and Hoseki no Kuni for me personally, and I mean, fuck's sake, Made in Abyss. It has like it's got multiple languages. They have music in multiple languages. Like the music is made by some Australian dude. Like, come on.
Alright, those dingle lovers can do their own thing. I mean, just because it's a custom soundtrack, just because it's in multiple soundtracks, you know what? I could just fart in the microphone right now, and I could try to fart in multiple languages, and I could do it custom along with the show, but it doesn't mean that it's the best. Made in Abyss
know.
was good, but that was better. There was better this season. But I
Yeah,
guess
Boston
I'm the
Coon.
minority
Are
here.
you saying that? Are you saying that Made in Abyss soundtrack is compared by you farting on a microphone? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not saying that Made in Abyss is bad. I'm just saying that I have amazing farts.
Oh, okay.
I think we should move on. I think I should take the next one. Nah, because it's pointless to fight over only one category.
Yeah, we
have
to fight
so
over.
much more to fight about.
We have so much more to fight on, and I'm burning to get into this one because this is my category. Best animation. The runner-up for best animation is March Comes In Like a Lion. Yeah, March Comes In Like a Lion. I mean, you know, it's not a bad looking show. It's not a poorly animated show either, but hey, it's in there. And the winner is also a well-animated show. I mean, it's Trigger. It's Little Witch Academia.
Woohoo!
However, what the hell? Why isn't Konosuba here?
Because
It
it's
didn't
Who
get
didn't
alright.
vote?
Yeah, it's alright.
Who didn't vote for the best animated show of 2017?
I don't know. Who didn't
At the
vote for
top.
Rage Bahamut?
Rachel Bahamut is not the
didn't vote for
best
My Hero
animated show of 2017.
It was
Not even by
gorgeous.
far.
Gorgeous. The dancing
The
scene
goddamn
alone.
The CG alone ruins that fucking show.
It
Yeah, I was
makes it on the
about to
dancing
say.
scene.
The fucking CG ruins that show. Konosuba is like... the animation in Konosuba. I mean, I've already had to explain the stretch and pull technique to JD before because he didn't get it. Obviously, just like his name, but...
Ow.
It's... Hey, you named yourself that. Yeah, no. Konosuba is one of those shows that, like, when I had to describe this, I basically had to compare this to Disney's old animation. No, it is not animated on ones like all Disney movies were. It is animated on threes. However, the fluidity in the movement, the expression in everything. Yes, it's overblown. It's a comedy. What do you expect? That's why they use the stretch and pull technique, which is where they stretch out the characters and squeeze them back together, all to be very over-exaggerated in everything they do. And it fucking works.
I mean, it
I
looks
think this
all right.
category. I think this category really gets something across where fluidity in movement does matter, and it was a tough one to vote for. The scoring and voting did account for all that. It was a close race. I think each studio has their own technique. It's just kind of which one we each liked more in the end. Because I'm not saying one was definitely
I am.
better than the other.
I am. In terms of fluidity, I am.
I think
Don't
what
worry
you're trying
about
to
it.
get
I
at
got it
here
covered.
is that if shows were like food, let's say something beautiful and flowing is like Little Witch Academia. It's like butter, right? It flows like butter. They have Konosuba, which is more like spreadable margarine. Different. Definitely not as good, but some people may prefer it.
No. No. Little Witch Academia is also very well animated. It is by Trigger, after all, and Trigger does really good work.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
have
and then Mark Comes In Like a Lion
one of the
is by
best.
Shaft.
They have one of the best. Trigger has one of the best animators in the industry. But that still doesn't match up to Konosuba's animation in terms of movement, in terms of fluidity. It just falls short.
Ugh.
And just like Hickey says, it mostly comes down to those outsourced episodes. But it still matters in the overall presentation.
Yeah,
Butter and
especially when
margarine.
you have Konosuba with the animation director, with his mentality and how he runs stuff. He doesn't like to do corrections on faces. So that's why the faces in Konosuba are all different. Because it is the actual animator face. It's what the animator did. The director, he just likes to make the corrections so everything in the composition is right. But the faces, the cosmetics, everything, he doesn't like to take it all because he thinks he's taking away an important part of the animator. Okay, how can I say? I forgot. Personality. He's taking away the
Yeah.
personality of the animator. So because of also the mentality behind the animation of Konosuba, I put it in second because I voted for March comes in like a lion because I like the techniques used, but I understand Tori's frustration. That's what I'm saying. I just like the techniques used on March comes in like a lion kind of more, you know. especially with the depression. The depression comes in March comes in like a lion. It is a well represented. My voice failed a little bit, but let's continue to the next one is Best Slice of Life. And the runner-up was March Comes In Like a Lion. But the winner was Kino's Journey.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
All right, guys, let those arguments begin.
Argue with
Somebody
us,
else can
wisdom?
start this time.
Tori, I guess we can agree that New Game was the queen of Slice of Life last year.
New
I mean, I
game.
respect the vote. I will respect the vote.
I don't.
But
Rigged.
it was
It was
a
rigged.
very strong. It was a very strong one.
Yeah. Nah,
But I guess hang on. Kino's Journey,
Yeah.
I guess it is a slice of life. I like the original Kino's Journey. I don't mind the second one. And if we go by slice of life, yeah, I guess it is a good slice of life. We follow Kino's and, well, we follow a shitload of people, and sometimes we follow Kino's in the second season. But still, I think it's a good slice of life, a very diverse one, a very interesting one, because we're seeing a fantasy-focused world, something we don't have, of course, because it is fantasy, you dumbass. But we see every single week we see something different, a different situation, a different way to deal with the situation. So I guess I'm okay with it winning best slice of life, and March Comes In Like a Lion coming with the runner up. Although I still think that New Game was king of slice of life, and it is hard to compete with it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And I'm not actually that mad about Kino's Journey winning, even though I don't agree, but I understand it. My problem here, as I've already voiced to JD once before, comes in the runner-up, and March Comes In Like a Lion. And that is simply because March Comes In Like a Lion is a goddamn drama.
It's a slice
be
of life
real
drama,
there.
man.
It's
Yeah,
a
I'm slice of
drama,
life.
It's a crossover.
It's a drama, JD, don't even.
A show can
be in
qualify for
multiple
more than two categories, buddy.
It's a fucking drama. The drama is everything in that show. Everything is focused around someone's drama. I agree. One of the things here, and like this is, I talked to Joe, previous host on the Retrocast, AnimeCast, and I agree with him. The problem with the slice of life category is that if you want to be very technical about it, everything is slice of life. Somebody going to war is fucking slice of life, because the definition for slice of life is a day in someone's life. And if they go to war, then that's a goddamn day in their life. So, the slice of life genre is weird, because technically everything counts, and nothing counts.
Hickey and I had a very similar conversation along those lines.
You know, I like to think that the slice of life is kind of like pornography. And that when the Supreme Court said that, they really can't define it, but you know it when you see it.
And
Oh, I
you
can
know
find it.
that Kino's
Can
Journey
I-
is slice of life.
Can
Exactly.
Can I get a disco quote on a like a wood patch something and get on my wall? Slice of life is like porn. I completely agree.
I think Kino's Journey is the difference between the runner-up and the winner here is, I think, the ease and accessibility of accepting the show for more of a wider audience. Because let's face it, as much as I adore March Comes In Like a Lion, it can be a hard watch, it can be a boring watch, it can be nothing at the same time, while Kino's Journey is very easy, it's palatable. A casual can come in and know what they're seeing in every episode. That's why I think winning does make sense
I think
for Slice of Life.
what also works for it too is that there really aren't that many great episodic shows out there right now. And just the fact that it's a good slice of life and like anyone can jump into any episode and enjoy that episode, definitely a strength on its side.
Yeah. So the next category is kind of what I've been into the last I would say half decade I've been watching is the drama category. And this one turned out to be not close in the end. The runner-up was Inuyashiki. Very dramatic show in one way or another, for sure. But the winner won by a large margin. Wasn't close. And it was Rakugo Season 2. A well-deserved winner, if you ask me.
Rakugo is a fantastic show that I haven't seen yet.
It's the best. You could say it's the best show you haven't seen, Tori.
It probably is. Actually, it probably isn't. But the thing that I found very weird here, and I'm just going to have to point this out again, is in a category that I feel like it very much deserved to come up. March Comes Slain Like a Lion wasn't even goddamn nominated.
You can't nominate two things, Tori.
Well, you could have nominated it.
Well, with a great slice of life.
How can I nominate something I don't like? I don't like March Comes In Like a Lion. But this is the category for March Comes In Like a Lion, and it's not even nominated.
I had it nominated at first, but I personally thought Rakugo was a better drama.
Fair enough.
So I couldn't nominate two things, man.
Fair enough. But someone else. Come on, guys.
That sounds like someone else dropped the ball to me.
Well, it's no Inuyashiki, that's for certain. Hey, in second place, that means y'all voted for it somewhere too.
Yeah, at the bottom. Rank 5.
Yeah, we had to vote. That was the problem.
Yep.
We couldn't put it as blank. So yeah, it got some points.
It got enough to get second.
Somehow.
So it must have done something right. It must have gotten our attention dramatically, you might say. Ho ho.
I mean, we all watched it. I assume.
Well, changing the mood up. Robert, how about that next category?
Next category is Best Comedy. And the runner-up is Hazuki no Ritetsu. Season 2.
Season 2.
Yes. And the winner, easily, is Konosuba. Season 2.
Not even shocked. Not even
deserved.
shocked at all. I'm not the biggest fan of Konosuba, but it's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
This was actually the hardest category to
I
vote
like
for
Konosuba.
because I felt like all the categories are so close together. We had a good batch of nominations for this.
Yeah, especially gamers.
Oh, except for gamers. That show's shit.
Gamers. Especially gamers.
Oh.
I feel like I got shafted, but, that's just me.
Oh, I got shafted when I watched it, so it's okay.
Oh.
So did everyone else, Michael.
So Hoseki no Reitetsu is an interesting one, just on the fact that it's extremely popular in Japan, much in the same realm of Osamatsu Season 2, and it's filled with Japanese folklore and references and humor, but it's also written very well. So the comedy comes off as very more in a mature sense, very much the opposite end of the comedy spectrum compared to the winner, which was Konosuba 2. A very popular show, a very lovable main character and cast. It wasn't surprising that Konosuba Season 2 won. At all. Anybody, any other thoughts, guys?
I think we're all in agreement on this one for once.
Yeah, it won easily.
It did win easily, so yeah, I think so.
Well, Michael, do you want to take the next category?
I don't mind if I do. Oh, I'm excited about this one. Oh, this is going to be a fun one here. Best Action. The runner-up is it's the amazing, the wonderful Rage of Bahamut, Virgin Soul.
Boo!
Yeah, baby. Yeah. And for our well-deserving winner, by a landslide, an easy win, for My Hero Academia Season 2.
Thank you.
Which I don't think anyone can argue with here at all.
Yeah, it sounds like we're in unanimous agreement.
Yep. Shut up, Hickey. Shut up, Hickey.
It did happen. Now, this brings up an interesting point. Is it too late for Attack on Titan? Did this show come out too late?
Yes.
4
I
years
think
after
so.
its original release.
I think so. The problem, like, the thing with Attack on Titan is, and you can kind of see it as well, people still like Attack on Titan, obviously, but the problem was, now, I will say this is a little bit of, it's not just Attack on Titan's fault, because there's been, like, rumors about Attack on Titan Season 2 coming out since the first season started. It was like, oh, it's just a season break, and then it's coming back. And then you had that Funimation slip-up where they said, actually, yeah, Attack on Titan Season 2 was coming out next season. Then it turned out that was that they misspoke, because it wasn't even made yet. And then, you know, you had things like Araki, the director, being taken off the project entirely, and many people were replaced. And there was a whole lot of stuff going on behind the scenes there. And unsurprisingly, because for anybody that was actually paying attention to industry stuff when Attack on Titan was airing, you'll realize that Wit Studio ended up losing a whole bunch of animators during that, because they were almost killing themselves to make their show, and people were just up and right leaving. They couldn't take it anymore. So Wit Studio was on Twitter begging for people to show up at their studio to apply for a job as an animator at them, so that they could have enough people to make the show, which is not a good look for a studio.
It's rough. I think if Attack on Titan came out even a year or two ago, it would have easily won this category.
Yeah.
Easily.
See, I may have to disagree with that. Now, maybe it might have won it on the hype, but since we're talking about best action, for Season 2, I don't think the action scenes were nearly as good as the first season of Attack on Titan.
It had a different feel to it, sure.
Definitely. Now, I actually liked Season 2 of Attack on Titan better. I thought it was a better show. I thought the plot developments were better. I liked that they focused on a lot more of the side characters. But when it comes just to the action itself, that was one of the things that it definitely downplayed on this season. I mean, compared to the first season.
I don't disagree, but they used different techniques. They used a lot more. They had a different. I mean, they obviously had different action animators. They used a different. They used more CG this time than they used last time. But they still. It could have been worse. I feel like they managed to show off, because obviously for those the manga of the mangaka said this himself. The mangaka is very much a fan of wrestling, and he likes to have the Titan fight wrestling style. And I feel like they got to show that a lot more often in the second season.
Oh, that I'll agree with, definitely.
Season.
I look forward to a Titan doing a moonsault in Season 3.
You'll probably get it.
Who's up next for the next category?
That's me, and it's Best Adventure Fantasy. And runner-up for Best Adventure Fantasy is Ancient Magus Bride. And the winner...
Not bad.
I mean, was there ever any doubt? This was a clean sweep. It was Made in Abyss.
Oh, yeah.
It was the most guaranteed of all the wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no... So we're gonna argue this one as well. Great. Awesome.
Actually, I don't like Made in Abyss. No.
Oh, it was overrated. It was no King's Game.
It was no King's Game, you're right.
Thank God
for that.
And that's why it was actually good.
Yeah, well,
The chainsaw part was fine. No, I'm just kidding. Moving on.
No, that was the best part of
moving
the show.
on, Hickey. Why don't you take on the next one?
Yeah, moving on. I'm not letting you talk about King's Game. I cut you off on purpose, okay? Let's
Thank
just
you,
moving
Hickey.
on. The next we have Best Supporting Character. And the runner-up was Uchi from Juni Taisen. Uchi is ox in Japanese, so the ox guy. The one with the horns. The skinny guy with the horns. And Rutil from Land of the Lustrous. Which is, yeah, his story is general as something, yeah.
It's my
and the
favorite
winner
gem.
was Kirari from Kakegurui. Kirari is the student president from Kakegurui.
The main drive of the show.
I love her.
I
love her.
She's
There's no way.
yeah, I like her too, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Dude,
maybe it's my love for my gems that's just too strong, but I don't know. I don't think it's deserved.
It is blinding you. Get it?
Tori, you want to try that again? Your love for your gems and you're talking to the geologist right now.
Yep,
The guy
I'm
who
from my
actually does it for a living.
jam. The guy that
Not any-
actually
well,
hates
any.
the show. Yes.
Yeah, I know, because there's a lot of issues with it, scientifically.
No,
Nah,
just
man.
because. Yeah, nah. It was just you bitching most of the time.
Yep.
Well, I mean, my God,
All
I had a
of the
rant
time.
over that show. But anyways, a very interesting category. We added adventure fantasy for shows to get to talk about. It turned out Made in Abyss ran away with it. Supporting character was another category we added, as opposed to, say, the hero villain. Just instead of a main character, it couldn't be a main character part of the main cast. It had to be someone that the show is heavily involved with or has a lot to do with. Runs the cast in the background. So I really like this category. Got us to see what we all thought was a good character outside of the show, essentially.
Yeah, the nominations were fascinating on this one too. I love like just seeing what everyone thought was like this character is the one who kind of drove that show from the background, and kind of seeing everyone's different opinions on that, because I think out of all the categories and all the nominations, this was the most varied.
It was the most varied and the closest between all of the nominations in the rankings. How it ended up turning out.
I'm still really hurt that Ushi didn't win.
Good.
I'm not. I'm glad.
Yeah.
It was such a great character.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked he even made it this far.
Yeah, same here.
How many
No rabbit.
lines did he have in the show? Like
A few
5?
towards the end.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah, a
quite
few towards the end.
And he was an integral part of multiple characters' backstories.
A couple.
Hmm.
But you know who's very integral in that show?
Integral.
It was Rabbit. Because he even brought him back and controlled them. Talk about controlling from behind the scenes. Literally.
It is the guy with the nice hit at the beginning and the end.
Well, moving on. Is this for me now, or is this Hickey?
No, you can go
It's me.
with your horse.
Okay. That's all that. Okay. So this is the best female category. Not girl, female. Yes,
Best
we are
girl.
assuming gender on here.
Best girl.
Oh, God. The runner-up, Kino from Kino's Journey. Is this really a surprise?
Yes.
I'm surprised she didn't win.
Well,
No.
the winner was arguably the best main female character that drove a show in 2017. And that is Akko from Little Witch Academia. Didn't win by much, but she did win.
I have
It
no
was very
problem
close.
with either of these.
Yeah, I have no
choices.
problem with either too. They're both great choices.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way easily.
If
Definitely.
you
Yeah.
guys just would have
Um,
seen the eccentric family, Benton would have been higher up.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it some day, Tori. Stop being so sad and when you talk about no one watches this show.
just
I
please
can't,
watch
man.
it.
Well, it's. I thought this category was more along the lines of a showcase of where anime is today, because there's now a lot of anime coming out where the main character, the one that is the show's around the singular character is a female, and we never used to get that, especially in the old days. It was
not-
always this like brutal, like think of City Hunter in the 80s. It was
Mm-hmm.
this hot-blooded, rapey kind of dude.
Well, yeah, but that's the 80s. The 80s was all about that, like, masculine.
It was
main
all
character
about
male
this-
dude.
Yeah, that was
That
Yeah,
was
it was all about
Well,
rapey dudes.
well, cocaine.
Now we're in the age of like a figure selling figures. So of course we see a lot more
Yes,
female characters.
pedophilia.
Yeah.
Well, not only
The age
that-
of pedophilia. Yes.
We had I think the female characters are actually better than the male characters for a lot of shows this season.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Easily.
There was a lot more diversity in the picks, much harder to narrow it down.
Mm-hmm. It was like we're picking up the
While,
scraps for the male characters.
The male character was definitely felt like we were picking scraps, and that goes into our next category that Robert's going to take over. But before he goes with that, I'd like to point out that when we picked from scraps, modern anime today seems to have a lot of those blank slate male characters that self-insert. So to get a true main male character, it seems to be tough these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the true main male character wasn't even voted on.
What do you mean? I think he was the runner-up.
What do you mean? Again,
Well,
we
Robert,
have a,
take it
again,
away.
we have
Yeah,
a character from sure,
Next
go.
category is best male, and the runner-up ended up being Suma from Food Wars, season 3.
Woo! Yeah!
I'll golf clap.
Congratulations,
I'll golf clap.
Proud.
Yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
yeah.
How wasn't it Asta from Black Clover?
I wonder.
It was
Oh,
close.
Because Asta was the winner.
Yo, in all honesty, I almost nominated him. He was close to getting
Oh my
nominated.
God.
I actually do enjoy him,
well,
despite the
would've
Thank
voice.
God he
out of
didn't
this.
nominate it, because I know those two fucks, and I know they would vote 1 for Austin just for the loss, and I would too. So Austin would actually won, not because we want you, just because we a bunch of fucks who like making dumb jokes.
Well, we still have the 2018 award, so you never know.
well,
That's right. 'Cause
unfortunately,
we got 36 episodes to choose from Black Clover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's only getting stronger and louder.
Oh god. Well, thankfully he didn't actually win this year. Instead, it was Kazuma from Konosuba season 2.
Oh, Kuzuma. Oh, I like that guy.
Kazuma. Kusu.
How many different ways are we
Kuzuma.
going to pronounce his name?
Kusu.
No,
He's trash.
Kuzu is trash, so the girls call him Kuzuma, which is
It's funny. I can like that. I'm still sad that, again, because no one watched The Eccentric Family, nobody actually voted for Yasaburo, who's actually not a blank slate main character. But you know,
super anime guys.
Such is life.
Are you guys down for binge watching Eccentric Family when we're done with that?
you should.
All
I
the recommendations,
highly
I'm going to check
encourage
it
it.
out.
Yeah.
I just read it. I have one curiosity about best female and best male. Me and Tori, we were doing our list together, and he was like, "Oh, I wanna put Foz in here," but he was like, "Wait, it's not male nor female. I can't nominate it." No, that's why he went
Dude,
with Brutai.
I wanted
Yes.
to
He
do
went with Brutai for
all
supporting
of the
character.
best character categories with Hoseki no Kuni characters, but I've seen this like they're genderless for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so he was like, I can nominate them. God damn it! So he went with Brazilian support character because of that.
Yep. I mean, she is best gem. It's fine.
Maybe that can be a
Oh
category.
no, I
next
like
year.
Kongo Sensei.
He's
And
cool.
he has-
They're all good. Okay, they're all good.
Are you just a side tangent because fuck it? Are you reading the manga?
No, not yet. I'm getting to it.
Oh, so I can't say who is Bastion. Yeah, okay. Moving on.
No, you can.
So who is?
Oh, I
getting
think
the
I'll
next
go ahead and take the
category?
next category here. Which,
Mhm.
I love this one too, because, yeah, the biggest disappointment of the year. Which,
Love
okay,
this category.
before I get started, I just want to say to everyone after seeing your nominations, I appreciate working with all of you today. I appreciate all of your taste, even though it is all shit taste, except for your choice for winner. So, for our runners-up, we had a tie of Kino's Journey and Black Clover for biggest disappointments.
Black Clover won something kind of.
Almost, but I'm gonna have to just sit there and like how is Black Clover a disappointment?
Right?
Who didn't
Right?
expect it to be shit?
Who expected something good
Right?
out of that show?
Yeah.
JD expected, and JD was liking it. JD start coming. JD still
this is your
comes
fault.
to the fucking to the fucking text channel and say, "Man, it is getting good." I was like, "No,
I
it's
know.
just you being shitty, Tay."
Stockholm Syndrome is kicking in for real now for JD.
Yeah, dude, I watched it. I watched 140 shows last year, and Black Clover was the only one I dropped. Like, I wasn't expecting anything on the show. This category was the hardest one to vote because I wasn't expecting anything for any of those shows. So
Definitely.
like, what would I do? How do I vote? how do I qualify not being disappointed? Because I wasn't expecting shit for any of those shows to start with.
Well, I think the winner is well deserved on this one, which was Sword Oratoria, because we literally have a spin-off show based off of one of the most boring characters in the primary show, and they keep her just as boring throughout the entire spin-off show.
With a story that makes no sense.
Oh god, no. I mean, I will admit, I literally fell asleep watching the show.
Yeah,
No.
Danmachi Sword Oratoria was a disaster. For being coming off of a surprise show of when Danmachi came out, with lovable characters, a harem show for crying out loud that was actually entertaining, with with arguably some of the best action scenes of the year it came out.
Plus,
and
who
then
doesn't
to
love
have
Hestia?
this, basically just be about waifu bait was
Yes.
just irritating.
Wait, JD, are you saying anime in 2017 is about waifu bait?
I don't know what you're talking about. Tori.
Say it ain't so. No.
Who said that?
Don't worry, people.
Never.
Danmachi's second season is confirmed. It is coming, so we can get way more disappointed with this. With this title.
Get disappointed.
disappointment
all
never
over
ends.
Again.
Oh,
Also, well, actually, never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
And they changed it. Also, they changed Hestia clothing for like a long dress. It's
Yeah,
like it is one more reason to be disappointed on the show.
Oh.
Anyway,
the boob string though.
As long as she's
No,
still
the
got
boob
that
string
boob
is still
string,
there.
you just can't.
it is
contain
also
it.
a leg string now. It grew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on.
Wait, now we're going just full on S&M.
Yep. Speaking
You
of
can
full on
look-
S&M, let's go into biggest surprise.
Okay.
Biggest surprise is runner-up is Landed Illustrious, which personally I think that deserves to win, but that's because, again, I was expecting a shit watch, and it became one of my favorite shows. So,
It was
Yeah,
the RLR
unsurprisingly.
shit watch of the fall. It was.
yeah, but it's
No, it wasn't.
good. It's
Yeah, it was.
good. It's so good.
No,
It's-
you guys changed this shit watch for another show. When
Yep.
Tori started liking it, you guys just changed it out of nowhere. You started, let's shit watch. I'm like, no, but Land of the Illustrious is good. No, we're gonna watch this other show, a shit watch. I'm like, what? No, that
Hickey,
is not what we
No, Hickey,
agreed
we
on.
can't
I
have
was
a
like, no,
shit watch.
That was
on
from
a,
the beginning. I was like, okay, sure.
we can't have a shit watch on a good show. That makes sense. The shit watch isn't supposed to be good. That's not what makes a shit watch.
Oh yeah,
A shit
it,
watch is
okay.
watching
It
bad
is about the people. Yeah, okay, I get it. It is about the people we watch with, not the show. Okay, I see it. Fuck
And-
you, Chu.
And the winner, easily, I can definitely see this being very controversial, and JD is going to have to explain himself on this one.
Mm-hmm.
The winner is Castlevania.
Why? What's the problem?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, I think you know what the problem is when you're,
we actually
we're
need an
talking
anime to
anime
win.
award here.
All right, look. If
Why
you
would you
ask
say that?
Japan and it's animated, it's anime. All right.
Uh-huh. Why isn't
And
Disney here?
in a globalized market that anime has become, why not have something that's in the style and spirit, even by a Japanese director, and by Netflix, and Netflix is pumping out shows? Why not Castlevania? The fact it's also based off of a Japanese game with basically no story to begin with, wasn't expecting anything out of it. And it turned out to be a very much enjoyed show by many. I rated it highly. It was I thought it was fantastic. It surprised me it was the most surprising to me in 2017. Whether you qualify it as anime or not, I do. And that's why it was nominated.
Now the
And
question
it ended
is,
up winning.
where do you draw the line though between anime and not anime then?
The way I've always seen it is I draw the line on anime on actual Japanese animation. And the reason for that is simply because I have nothing against Western animation. It's just simply because when I would very much like to keep those two separate, because it is so much easier to just go say when I watch anime, it's like, okay, if I say I watch anime, you don't think, oh yeah, you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. No.
Some people would say yes.
Some people would say yes, but they're fucking retarded and they don't watch anime.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
But like, that's kind of the point. No, I agree. As far as I kind of agree. I'm giving you a hard time on this one. I kind of agree with this one, mostly because I didn't actually even vote it last. But that is because, as far as non-anime goes, this is probably as close as you're going to get. Because technically, although you can say the same thing about the Boondocks, but like technically, this is animated by a Japanese studio. Just like the Boondocks is animated by Madhouse, which is a Japanese studio. So it's like I get it. I'm still not
Just
for
like Bingo.
including what is still technically a Western show into an anime category. But if we're going to talk about, as Jay said, it is becoming more of an international market and more of a just international phenomenon. So obviously we're going to see, and we are seeing, a lot more studios and people jumping on the anime hype. I mean, you can look at even something like Pop Team Epic this season. They have a segment dedicated to a French animator. It's like, because France is French animators and France in general is just invading the anime market over in Japan now. So I get it. I'm not completely agreeing with it, but I get it.
I think it's like a reluctant acceptance.
I did like how this category ended up turning out. It at least brings up great conversation pieces, a look towards the future and where anime is heading, and a controversial pick. Who doesn't like that?
Yeah, and I think
Castlevania,
it feels like it might be the best video game adaptation ever yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's down with that?
Like,
in that regard,
Possibly.
yes.
it had a great story, great characters, and actually follows what little plot the game has really well.
To be fair, though, it doesn't have a whole lot of competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, especially when it released on Netflix, and people were like, "Oh, it is not on my anime list," and people were like, "It doesn't qualify as anime," and people were like, "But Bingo is on fucking my anime list. The fucking show about the penguin made of."
It's by Production IG, of course. It's on there.
Yeah, it's like, people discuss the discussion about what qualifies as an anime got heated. And hey, we're gonna see that a lot throughout this year with Netflix animes coming out. I gotta watch Be at the beginning. Anyway,
Same.
next one. Michael,
Well, actually-
do the next one.
But before we get to that, actually, I just want to ask everyone's opinion on Castlevania 2. Does anyone feel like it would have worked better as a movie than as just a 4-episode TV show?
It really just feels like it is a movie, just with credits in between every 20 minutes.
With the length of it, of those 4 episodes, it could have been a movie. I don't think it would have been received as well. I thought that they were going for the length in those 20-minute chunks, kind of like in the chunks you would play a game, kind of chapter sections of even a Castlevania game where you meet Dracula, then you meet character A, you get to, there's another chapter right there. You go to the next area, you try and beat that. That's what it felt like the show was doing, coinciding with the game. Plus for a show to match the music of a game, we haven't even heard the main theme song yet, which I hope happens when we get to season 2, which was announced.
Yes.
So Netflix going this route, and how the industry's evolving, it's gonna be a fun year for conversations like this.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic for this. Oh, it's going to be good. I just hope we get more than 4 episodes for season 2.
Don't hold your breath. No, I think it was announced that there was 8 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's actually
I think.
great.
Let me double check that as you go into the next category.
All right. So I guess I'll go ahead and just take the next category then. Oh, what a wonderful category this is. The most overrated anime. First of all, for the runner-up, we have gamers.
Undeserved, not overrated at all. It can't be, a show that no one watches can't be overrated. Come on.
Well, I guess it just demonstrates how overrated it is.
Yeah, exactly.
How? Well, you have like 3 people watching and they'll say, yeah, it's alright, it's okay. was like, what?
See, I think the hype was
Overrated?
just different in the area. Cause out here, at least out in California and whatnot, there was a lot of people watching that show. There was a lot of hype around that show and a lot of praise.
No one cares about California.
California
Because it
cares
was
about
the Super
California.
Bowl.
We are the center of the world, after all.
That's right.
The makers of LaCroix care about California.
Actually, I don't
They
think
only
LaCroix's
care
made
about
in California.
California.
Where is it made?
Yeah, but that's where probably they sell the most.
Probably.
Whoa.
And then the winner for the most overrated is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Also very
Fuck
Well
Yeah.
deserved.
Mm. See, that's an overrated show.
Absolutely. I mean,
Very much. It even won in the goddamn Crunchyroll Awards,
Oh,
didn't it?
god damn it. Oh, that was painful.
Yeah. This feels good.
Okay, so Netflix US confirmed Castlevania 8 more episodes in the works. So whether
Hell yes.
4 episodes will come
Awesome.
out in 2 chunks, I don't know, but it does confirm 8 episodes at least will be coming out in 2018.
I'll see. That's at least something to look forward to then. Now, here's what I don't get
There you
about
go.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I've actually heard people say that, the reason it was so popular was because there wasn't much else on last winter. Like, oh my god, what the hell are you talking about? There were so many better shows out last winter, too.
Scum's Wish.
Oh,
Bakugo Season 2.
Scum's Wish.
The ending of
Saga of
Scum's
Tiny
Wish.
the Evil.
Nice.
Mm.
No, when you guys are saying better shows, you need to actually present better shows.
I'm with you on this one, man.
So you can't say better shows and then pick from a pile of shit. That's like
Konosuba
come on.
Season 2.
Little Witch
Konosuba
Academia.
Season 2. There you go. Finally, now we're talking.
Better
Now you're
choices.
picking from the right pile.
Yeah, I mean, it's a KyoAni show, and people go nuts for it.
Yeah.
It could be a show about nothing. What a shocker that Dragons made 1 categories it didn't deserve when there's better categories or better shows in said categories.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now I get it because especially Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, it has 2 things going for it. One, it's obviously KyoAni and people love KyoAni, and 2, it's also by the same manga who made I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying, which was also very well received by Western viewers and just weebs in general because it's a lighthearted comedy about a wife whose husband is very much into anime and going on messaging boards and talking to stuff and she doesn't understand it. People like that, so obviously they're like, yeah, more from that guy? Sure. And this KyoAni? Fuck yeah.
All right, who wants to take the next category?
Ooh, me.
All right.
All right.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why too. So, most underappreciated is runners-up, The Eccentric Family Season 2!
Is that a show?
Wait, huh?
Everyone heard
No.
of that?
Nope. No,
I
that
think
exists. It's not real.
so underappreciated it didn't even win as underappreciated.
Yeah.
Yep. That basically tells you everything. It's so underappreciated, it can't
Kind of
even
the
win
irony behind that
underappreciated.
entire category.
To be fair, though, I was actually expecting it to be dead last. Because I know JD's the only one who's seen it, apart from me. But that's season 1.
Well, I mean, the logic on most unappreciated is inverted if you think about the other categories because they're like, I haven't seen Hozuki and I haven't seen the Eccentric Families, so that is 1 and 2. The others want to see. Let's put on, let's keep going.
And that's fine. Because obviously, like Hickey just said, the winner was Hozuki no Reitetsu Season 2, which is fine because, again, underappreciated. I haven't seen it, so that is fine. I don't mind that it wins. I'm obviously sad because as you can probably tell, I'm kind of rooting for the Eccentric Family here, and it's kind of my show, but, it's...
But it didn't
It's
win
fine.
anything.
It got a mention at the very least. That's better than anything else that's been nominated in so far.
Oof.
I can't disagree with this. 1, 2, you can interchange them easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely ironic that Eccentric Family can't even win an underappreciated one.
Actually, this has me curious. I have to ask, what show that we nominated actually got the least amount of votes in this category? What was the most underappreciated show?
That should have been the winner.
It was Vatican Miracle Examiner.
Yeah, that was not. No, fuck that. Fuck that show.
Yeah,
And it wasn't even close.
So underappreciated.
No. I actually watched that. I wish I didn't.
I think it
I
has
blame you.
exactly the right amount of appreciation, Michael.
Yeah, I think we all kind of knew what to appreciate with that one. Alright, well, moving on. I'll take the next subject, because this is the one I wanted to bring up. Kind of a different sort of category. It's Best OVA. Now, a show in Best OVA can qualify in a number of ways. Basically, to simplify it, would be all it has to do is have an episode that kind of came out in 2017. Some of us, the whole OVA came out in 2017. Maybe it was a singular episode of a kind of a spin-off or a continuation. Or even a good chunk of the show came out in 2017. The other reason I'd like to bring up is the way OVAs are represented today, people don't watch them. Some more or less they're that beach episode that just couldn't make it into the 12 episode show. So there's a number of reasons, but sometimes we do get good OVAs that come out. And being the Red Leaf Retrocast, being the retro anime, we cover a lot of OVAs. That was the 80s and early 90s heyday. That was the state of the industry. So this category is definitely needed for at least our podcast. And I was happy for you guys to kind of chime in on your nominations as well. So I will hand the rest of this off to Hickey, since he's the one that probably had the most interesting nomination, and it ended up getting far. So, Hickey, take it away.
Yeah. The runner-up for Best OVA was The Dragon Dentist, which is a very, very interesting story. It is this fantasy action adventure story about flying dragons and people living on them. At the same time, you have a war going down on Earth, and what happens is when people die, they go through the dragon's thief to go to heaven or go to hell. What happens is our main character, he is reborn from one of the dragon's teeth. So from there, like he tries to become a dragon dentist. It shows kind of what happens, who are the villains, and ends up with, I wouldn't say it is a letdown, the ending, but it is a well delivered story, a well delivered ending. So I nominated that because when I was thinking about the OVAs of watching, most of them are part of a series. Most of them. Just like all the nominations we have. We had 91 Days OVA, which is a fine OVA, but it feels like a special. The same thing goes to My Hero Academia, Training After That. It is a special. It is an OVA because it is separate from the actual show. It came bundled with Blu-rays or whatnot, but it feels like special. Magus Bride, which is another one, I guess it can qualify, but the problem with Magus Bride is that if you haven't watched the series, now that we have the series, but when the OVA was out, if you haven't read the manga, you'd have a hard time, and you'd be spoiled on the show. You would be spoiled.
I disagree.
I disagree
I
as
disagree
well
on that
with
too.
statement.
I highly disagree.
I think that
without knowing anything.
I think you need some knowledge to watch the OVAs. That is my opinion. Of course, I could nominate it.
I disagree.
Magus Bride OVA. I like the OVAs. I like the story. I like the manga. But in my opinion, you had a needing of a little bit of knowledge about the show, because it is non-linear. It is a non-linear story. And the other one was Kubikiri's Circle.
Cycle.
Cycle? It is not Circle?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
No.
Well, anyway, Kubikiri's Cycle, which is Nisui scene, and I avoided putting anything Nisui scene on those awards because I'm too invested in Bakemonogatari. So I went with Dragon Dentist, which is an pure OVA or an ONA. I don't remember, but no, I think it's an ONA. It is pure. It is 2 episodes It tells the story. It ends the story. It is done. Well animated. Awesome music. Nice characters. Nice villains. The villains have interesting motivations to do the evil. They are not just the I'm gonna do the evil because I am evil. In contrast with the villain figure, you have the soldiers, and the soldiers are just there. I'm just doing that because of my country or not. I'm just doing that to you because you are in the opposite side of my pistol. So I thought it was a very interesting story, but of course it was the runner-up, and the winner was Ancient Magus Bride, the OVA.
Yay! I like Ancient Magus Bride, so for me that's totally fine. I agree with Hickey. I definitely like the inclusion of Dragon Dentist here, mostly because I watched Dragon Dentist way back when it came out as part of the Young Animator training project, which was just basically an unfinished short. I mean, not unfinished, but it's a rough idea, and it was an interesting thing. So seeing it actually develop into a 2-episode OVA was interesting. And while I do feel that some things that they decided to elaborate on kind of dragged the show down a bit, in my opinion, it wasn't quite what I wanted from it, but it was a cool idea. And I do like the idea of making something out of of actually making shows out of the Young Animator Project training shows. I mean, hell, we got an entire season of back in 2017 of what's it called, Death Parade. That was also originally a short for the Young Animator Training Project, which was Death Billiards.
Right.
So I think it's interesting.
Well, all right. Michael or Robert, why don't you guys take best film?
Oh, this category. Robert, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, I disagree quite a bit with some of this.
Okay, we'll hear why in a moment. Best film, runner-up, Walk On Girl.
Masaki Wasa!
And the winner, easily, was Blam.
How?
Because Blam is amazing.
Yeah, it is good. Why?
It was pretty alright.
Why do you ask why?
My theory
You're
is
doing,
it's because
best,
we all watched it.
That may be why. That actually
helps.
may be why. Yeah.
No. I don't. I'm sorry. I watched every movie here. Except for Walk On Girl. Because I refused to watch Walk On Girl before I watched the Tatami Galaxy.
You don't need to.
I don't care if I need to. It's by the fucking same author. They're based on each other. I don't care. I'm watching them in the way they were. I'm watching them in the order they were fucking released.
Stick by your convictions.
You're the reason why Walk On Girl didn't win, Tori.
Dude, I voted Walk On Girl high up. Because I know, based on the fact that it's Masaki Wasa, that I like it. I haven't watched anything my night dislike. Ping Pong, Devilman, fucking whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was actually Michael was the reason why I didn't win.
Exactly. So don't blame this on me.
Well, if I would have known, that would have taken it over Blam. Oh, God, I just anything. Now that I see that,
No,
as a
it wouldn't
winner
have-
spot,
it wouldn't have
doesn't
made a
fit.
difference.
It doesn't fit.
It wouldn't have made a difference. Blam won that easily.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blam is an amazing movie. I don't care.
I thought it was just all right. What made it so amazing?
Oh, the thing that makes it amazing is, first of all, the setting. It's have you seen Knights of Sidonia, by the way?
Oh yes, despite the bad
All right.
CGI.
I mean, it's not great. It's not the Hoseki no Kuni, but it's not that bad. Blam is a step up in the CG department, anyways. But I think Blam, as far as Blam goes, what I really appreciate is just the story of that like desolate space future where everything is so hopeless for everyone. And then in comes that goddamn badass who's just crushing space aliens. It's so satisfying.
It gives you that
In a
80s
dire
movie feeling.
situation for all of humanity.
The 80s vibe for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely get that feel off of it. That cool old school vibe.
I think Blam's a good example of how going back to how Kino's Journey won Best Slice of Life. It's the most accessible, most easily palatable. More people see it. More people are aware of it. Can easily just jump in and understand what's happening on screen.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Blam movie, that was original, wasn't it? I know it's based on is it a manga or is it a novel? I don't know, but I don't think that's actually in the source. I think this is it's acting like some sort of prequel because we're getting more Blam. We're getting a Blam too. Yeah, we're getting a Blam too. So it's going to keep developing this universe, and I'm for one very excited for Blam 2.
And Michael's gonna love every moment of it.
I mean, it's not bad. It's all right. It's just it's fun, but best movie?
Yes.
No. I can't.
When it competes with stuff like No Game, No Life Zero and
Which
Sword
was
Art
so
Online
much
Lord, No
fun.
Scale.
It looked so
I
great.
can't believe that was even.
It
on the
was
list.
bad.
It was good.
The movie was.
It was
boring.
bad. It was actually No Game, No Life Zero is basically, first of all, the thing they adapt is something that was already explained to us, which makes no sense. It's the prequel to a series it's the prequel that nobody wanted to a series that people really want a sequel, which is a very big problem in and of itself. But we get a pointless backstory to people that are totally not the main characters of the series. Not at all. No. Of course not.
See, I appreciate that, though. You're getting new
No.
characters in the same world. I love when series do
They're
that.
not new characters. They're the exact same characters.
New-ish characters in the same
They're
world.
not new. Not at all.
I
They're
fell asleep
the
multiple
exact
times
same
during that
characters. And even so, you have people like fucking Tet and like Jibril who should have been integral parts of this movie based on their fucking role in this. They are absent from the entire story, apart from the end.
But it
And
gives
the
new
beginning.
characters room to breathe and grow, and it's not using
No,
other characters as a
They
crutch.
didn't even breathe or grow.
They
They
grew-ish.
couldn't breathe. There was
All right,
fucking
guys.
sulfur everywhere. They couldn't breathe.
And
They
it was
died if
such
they
a
breathed.
beautiful looking film, too. It looked so gorgeous.
And that's exactly
Doesn't
why
matter.
it didn't win, Michael.
Better than Blam.
That Sword Art Online is trash.
Oh my god.
What are you laughing at, Robert? That was your nomination.
Oh boy. Well, so this category goes into a number of things. First of all, at least we all nominated movies that actually came out in 2017, so that's already a win there.
No. I wanted to be
But-
nominated to Girls and Panzers Das Finale, but I haven't watched it yet.
I
It is
wanted
interesting
somebody
how
to.
it is interesting how two very well received movies didn't make it onto our list here. Or the third movie in the series, which was Kizumonogatari 3. And I think that didn't make it because we're all kind of in the same mindset of it's the third movie, it's more Nisiosen, it's in the Monogatari series. It's just more of what we already know.
No,
so I think
it
we
should
wanted
have
to
been on there.
nominate just something new.
No, should have been on there.
And the other one was the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel movie, kind of in that same realm. We've had a bunch of Fate already.
Should have been on there.
It's a good movie, but I think something else needs notification. I think that's what happened there. That's
Like
my
Seito
theory.
Kayaku Domo the movie.
That was a
Like me
good one.
later.
That was fun
a
as fuck.
fantastic one.
Felt like
no,
a
I
troll.
mean,
That felt like a troll pick, Tori.
No, it's not a
No,
troll
it
pick.
was
Dude,
awesome.
Seito Kayaku Domo is hilarious.
Not the troll
What are
pick.
you
yeah,
talking
it is great. It is
No.
great. It is Dick's jokes. It is the movie about Dick's jokes, the anime. No,
Yeah,
I didn't nominate
I love it.
Kizumonogatari because I haven't watched the third movie. I watched 1 and 2, but then life starts to become kind of crazy. So I haven't had the time to actually sit down and watch Kizumonogatari 3. And I already explained that I'm trying to avoid nominating anything Nisio is in because I'm too invested on that guy. So like I think it wouldn't be fair. You know, I can separate as this is good, this has merits and demerits, and myself going, I love the way he writes. I cannot separate those two, so I avoid it. And I'm not a Type
Yeah.
Mooney. I don't like Fate, and I haven't
Oh.
watched Heaven's Feel, so like, yeah.
Well, that's my problem too. I didn't nominate them simply because I haven't watched Kisu Monogatari yet, any of them, and I haven't watched Fate Heaven's Feel, and as dumb as it was of me, I was expecting someone to nominate. I'm like, it doesn't matter if I don't take him. Someone's gonna take him, and no one did. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, JD, you went to
Why?
the fucking New York convention. You watched the fucking shit on the movie theater.
Yeah.
You could have nominated it. You were there.
Yeah.
I was here.
I liked
I
it.
could have,
You
but I
liked it a
thought Walking
lot.
Girl was better.
No.
I nominated what I thought was the best.
You nominated the wrong Masaki Uasa movie.
Oh.
He made 2 movies in 2017, and you nominate the wrong one.
Lou Over the Wall wasn't all that great.
Oh, shut up.
It was fine. Come on, man.
Oh, shut up.
Alrighty, so who wants to do the honors of worst anime of the year?
Well, actually, before we do that, I just want to throw something out there.
Sure.
I'm going to make things a little easier for next year's awards. I want to
Okay.
throw up my 2018 film nomination right now, because I'm very hopeful. Now, I'm going to pray every day that I can nominate the new Evangelion film finally this year.
It's not gonna happen.
I'm praying.
You want to try pronouncing that one more time?
What?
Evangelion.
Yeah.
Evangelion.
As Tori sighs, with his
Evangelion.
breath deep and low.
Evangelion.
He also
I'm
says
sighing for
Junie
many
Taisen all
reasons.
the
Number
time.
one, why would anyone nominate the rebuilds? God damn it.
You know what? I like the third one. I really like the third rebuild.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I got a taste.
Shinji got back
No.
in the third one. It is
I'm-
horrible. He
I'm
did
gonna show-
every single shit again. Again. What the fuck is? But I don't like Shinji.
It was
so
beautiful.
yeah.
You
I
have
love the twist
officially
involved in it.
upset 2 of the 3 hosts on the Red Leaf Retrocast.
End of Eva, best Eva movie.
I just want to finally see Mary and the Witch's Flower, because that thing is unfindable right now, and it just came out everywhere outside of Japan. It had a short release in Japan in 2016 or 2017. I'm hoping that Mary and the Witch's Flower will finally be watchable this year.
Probably will.
50-50
And yet-
shot.
And yet it might not qualify. It might not even be nominated in the end. Who knows? Alrighty, who wants to do the honors of worst anime of the year? And then we have anime of the year, and we're coming to a close. So, who wants to do the honors?
I don't think anyone wants to touch
I can do
this.
it.
Okay, perfect.
I
Anybody
can do
wants to
it.
touch
I
this?
can take it. I just thought somebody would, but okay. So, worst anime of the year. Runner up is Hickey's favorite Isekai Smartphone.
I don't want to talk
Hickey
about
loves
it.
this. Hickey loves this show so much that he dedicated so much time to watching this and ripping his hair out all the while, and all the bitching. But goddamn, it was it worth it in the end? No, it wasn't.
Bitching? You thought of, you've never seen me bitching. You don't know.
No,
what
I
that
haven't.
feels like. Yeah.
I haven't, which is why I decided right then and this, I gotta stay away from this. This must be bad.
Funny thing, like
the winner-
I said to my friends, "Don't watch it." Both watched it. One said, "This is horrible." Like, I don't see why it's that bad. I was like, if you say that again, I'm gonna punch you.
Long story short, you're not friends anymore. Got it. No, and the winner is DC Rai.
Drum roll.
Oh, I think I just vomited and swallowed it back down.
Oh boy,
That
well
was very
deserved.
unnecessary.
Well deserved as worst anime of the year.
I'm just gonna have to comment on something. Isekai Smartphone, I am sure that by Hickey's word that it is fucking terrible. DC Rai, I'm sure it's fucking terrible. Now, I gotta say, I'm actually disappointed. The fact that we're not nominating literal fucking pedophilia garbage as the worst. I think that says a lot about the anime community. The fact that we accept this at this point.
I don't
That
think
is disgusting.
Oh,
I don't think
no.
we're accepting it.
You
I
do
just
not
think these other shows are
understand.
that much worse.
Eromanga
you do not
Sensei is
understand.
fucking 1 out of 10. It's terrible. I hate it. Me and Joe from the Discord, we had that as our blood pack. That was our shit watch, and we were crying together, man. It was so bad. He doesn't cry ever. The guy is a fucking heart of ice.
Tori, you do not understand. If I had to pick Eromanga Sensei or Isekai smartphone, I'm picking Eromanga Sensei. I'm making happy comments about how the girls are cute and sexy. If it means to not watch Isekai again.
Don't.
You do not understand
Yep.
how bad a show is. You do not understand. It's not about accepting pedophilia shit. It's about how
that's what you're
bad the
doing.
other thing is.
Nah.
We're pretty much saying
I think
that
he makes
Sensei
a
is fucking
fantastic
terrible.
point, and I agree.
Eromanga Sensei is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, go watch
Period.
Isekai then. I dare you to watch
We
that
have
shit.
I
Both
don't
options
wanna.
for you here.
I wanna have that as the worst thing I haven't seen. Thank you very much.
It's so bad, Tori's afraid to watch.
Yes. I don't go out of my way to watch the worst of the worst anime.
So, Michael,
I try to
Robert,
avoid them.
tell us a little bit about Disarray, because I also have words, but I think you guys will sum my feelings up just as well. So why don't you guys take that away?
Well, I want to touch on the Eromanga Sensei comment first of all, because we
Sure.
all agree that show is shit. But compared to our two winners here, it's just like if Eromanga Sensei is like cutting off your finger, while our winner and our runner-up is like cutting off a testicle. One is bad, but the other is severely worse, but you don't want either of them to happen. But for
You
our
would
winner...
rather fuck your 10-year-old sister.
Disgusting.
Still would rather watch that 10 times over
yeah,
going there?
yeah,
Are
it
we
is,
going
right?
there?
I don't
Are we
watch
going
any of
there?
these.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, if you want to go there, I'm going there. You want to go there?
Rather go there than with our winner. Which, oh my god. Nonsensical plot. Bad animation. Oh god. Seriously. Like, magical Nazis. I mean,
Oh, fantastic.
oh god, they're awful. They're awful. They're even good, fun magical Nazis. If you want, like, fun Nazi goodness, we got Saga of Tanya the Evil to pretty much deal with here.
There's Helsing, man.
Helsing, thank you. Helsing Ultimate, actually.
Okay, Helsing,
But yeah.
yes, I'll give you that. But this was literally, like, probably one of the worst anime I've ever seen in my entire life. There was not one redeeming thing about it.
You haven't seen much then.
Yeah, you haven't seen much. But I kind of agree because like I was like, well, maybe at the end I can get some redeemable thing. It doesn't end.
No.
It ends with like, see
You
you
couldn't
later. It's
redeem
like,
anything about Disarray because it doesn't end.
yeah, it's like, oh, there's
Even better.
yeah, it's like 11 episodes. It got you 10. The guy had you open like 5 points in the city. He had 1. I was like, oh my fucking god, no, not again.
And there's still an ONA continuation to finish the series this summer.
Oh god. Oh
Exactly.
god, no.
You should watch it. Tell me how it is. Tell me how well it rounds out the series and that you're going to come back with it. Yeah, it's actually not that bad.
Oh good, I got my
I'm
nominee for
finishing
next
it.
year. For worst.
I'm finishing it. I don't care.
Okay.
Try me,
Tell-
bitch.
Tell me how
Fucking
it
try
is.
me.
I couldn't make it past the first episode.
Weak. Weak sauce.
No.
Are you referring to the episode 0 prologue of the terrible show?
Yes.
The worst of the worst part, yes.
God.
And I'm saying this as a guy who enjoys trash, shitty anime, who can even find something redeemable about Eromanga Sensei.
Oh my god, don't say
I
that.
can't go.
Please,
But our winner
please
is shit.
enlighten me. Enlighten me
Let,
on what you
Listen.
think it is good. I can say it.
shut up, Icky. You're from Brazil.
Oh wow.
Well,
Damn.
okay. But, here's my thing. Okay, I am also somebody who very much can appreciate the trash. I like Killing Bites from this season. It is fucking garbage.
Oh, it's so
But
much
it's
fun, though. It's fun garbage.
Yeah, no, I know. It's fun garbage, but it's a terrible story. It's got terrible
Wait,
characters.
is
It's
that
got
the story?
terrible everything. No, that's the point.
It just has honey badger and cheetah sex scenes.
No, Rattel.
Yes, it does, and I fucking love it. I screenshot that shit and hang it on my wall.
Yes. I wonder if I can get like a knitted blanket of that scene on there.
Why?
Why not?
Good sleep.
That's the key.
Good
Why
sleep.
not?
Trying to lay under that blanket and you can't get the rest because you're just looking to go.
Yes. Yes. Robert, birthday
anyways.
present idea.
I'm sure I could find someone on Etsy that makes that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Should we move on to the anime of the year?
I think it's time.
2017.
Yeah, I'm already I'm disappointed. I'm too disappointed already. So I guess we can move on.
We need
Let's
a palate
end this.
cleanser.
Yeah.
Let's just end this suffering.
When we're defending things like Killing Bites and Aramaga Sensei, you know it's time to move on.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so for this, I personally would like Robert to handle the runner-up and Hickey to do the winner.
Ooh.
Okay. Runner
Oh,
up.
I thought you were gonna say Mitchell written the runner up, so you can have my
Same.
impressions on the runner up. But
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
I
sure
can
we'll
go
get
with the
plenty
winner.
of those. Runner up for Anime of the Year, My Hero Academia Season 2. Woo! Yes. Don't you agree, Hickey?
No.
Moving on.
Tell us how you really feel.
Come on.
It didn't
Hickey,
win,
do the
so
winner.
I'm kind of glad.
Hickey, I think, said his piece earlier in the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
don't need
said
to
a
reopen
lot.
this can of worms.
It was my
can move on
most
to the winner.
overrated. Moving
Okay.
on. People like it. I'm glad you guys like it. A lot of people like it. Unfortunately, they are all orphans of Naruto at the end. So I guess I cannot say. I cannot even pick on them anymore. But if you want to, try me, and you're gonna get your ass beat. Anyway, the winner of Anime of the Year of 2007. Yes, I mix it up because I'm way too tired to do this shit. The winner of Anime of the Year 2017. By the votes of the hosts of Red Leaf, Retrocast, and Super Anime. Oh fuck. Super Anime Super Serious Cast.
Super Anime, Super Serious Cast.
I don't give a shit anymore. Let's
The Super
move it on,
Furious cast.
That's why.
They're super serious on their votes.
Yeah, no, I guess. I hope so. It is. Fuck it. It is Made in Abyss. Yay! Everyone is surprised.
Yay. Let's all hand out the Toblerones now.
man.
No.
So so it's funny how the winners ended up mirroring the Crunchyroll Awards. So maybe they weren't so bad after all.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, our production value
This
was
is the-
better, at
this-
least.
This is
Yeah,
the
at least they
only
had
category
chocolate.
they got right.
I, for one, support the 2018 My Hero Academia Awards. Come on.
Crickets.
Fuck you.
Crickets all around. Hey, I mean, when you think about it, we got arguably the most popular show of 2017 as the runner-up, and arguably the show that took the anime world by storm as the winner. I can't disagree with what ended up happening here.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, that was fantastic.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded if Hosoka no Kuni won, but you know.
Tori,
Oh,
to be
my
honest, you knew that wasn't going to happen.
Oh, I fucking knew that wasn't gonna happen. As long as you're here.
As long as
Yeah,
I'm
no.
here, I won't let that happen.
JD rigs the votes, I know it.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
I had
didn't-
the
I didn't rig
feeling,
at all.
during some of those categories, I had the feeling, but now that you're talking, I think we have the same opinion on how the.
Land of the Lustrious got third place,
Not
and it
good
was
enough.
quite close to My Hero Academia.
Okay.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Makes it.
Yeah.
I can also see that.
I swallowed my pride on the vote on that one.
This category actually
Really?
makes way too much sense.
you
in the
put
voting.
it fourth, another fifth. Great.
Didn't put it completely last.
Yeah, awesome. Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So most controversial pick, guys. What do you say? Anybody? Any last words?
Oh, Castlevania. Easily most
Castlevania.
most
I mean,
controversial.
yeah. Just for the nature of it, you know.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just I
Most
don't know.
disappointing pick. What do you got? Most disappointing winner. Anybody?
I cannot say it anymore. I'm gonna pick Kino's Journey for best slice of life because, like I said, new game is a strong slice of life. It is hard to compete with New Game Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you guys, Robert and Michael?
Robert, what about you?
I didn't really have any disappointments with anything.
Really, you were disappointed? Because I can tell you what. First of all, Blam still winning Best Film. Very disappointed about that one, because we all know that No Game, No Life 0 was so much better as a film, even compared to that.
Nope.
And I think
Nope.
everyone can easily
No.
agree in that regard.
I disagree with that.
Completely agree, unanimous, and I'm glad you all agree on that point right there.
No. No. I mean, like, it's okay to be wrong, and I appreciate that you're willing to step out in front of all of these listeners and just say, I'm wrong. But, we get it.
Oh, was Michael talking? All I heard was white noise.
Oh. Hey, let me see. Where did My Hero Academia rank on my list? Oh, wait, it didn't. That's right. Yeah, but I really thought the Castlevania one, even though I disagree with it, I think it was really cool that the conversation it brought up, because it was one of the biggest surprises, in my opinion, for last season also. But again, for me, it's just over the line in that category to be considered anime.
Right. So if you listeners out there do disagree, there is the fallback of Land of the Lustrous. I will fully admit that was a very surprising show, despite what I say in my personal feelings behind it.
Oh, JD is behaving like an adult. I think we should, end.
Wow.
I think he's not feeling well.
Oh.
I have been
drinking,
podcasting for over 6 hours now today, so
Yeah,
8 hours
he's
to
JD?
not
You can go
feeling
for
well.
another 6.
I'm sick actually. I forgot to mention that.
Damn.
Now, are you sick for reasons unknown, or is it because of you having to talk about Isekai Smartphone again?
No, I got a flu.
Oh.
That is, yeah, I got a flu. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be fine.
Alrighty. Well, 2017 was a fun year. There was quite a few low points, but I think there was a lot of high points. I was very happy that another shonen show took the world by storm to take the place of, say, the Bleach and Naruto. We got Made in Abyss that just totally blew everyone's mind out there. Castlevania, as controversial as it is kind of a way of the future for anime and the industry itself.
Nope. No.
I like it.
No, it isn't.
He's making the final awards and you're just disagreeing.
Yeah.
No.
It's in my nature. I can't not do it.
Stop
I have
shitting.
to.
Stop, like, JD
Land
probably
of the
thought about
Lustrous.
it in the last 2 weeks. Stop shitting on his last impressions.
No, I
Land
can't.
of the Lustrous was a very surprising show. It shows what CGI is capable of and how to make a show actually look good and appealing. That's also a future in the anime industry, which we discussed on the past episode. And I would like to leave it to our friends over at the Super Anime Super Show here to give us their lasting impressions and plug their own show and take us out to the My Hero Academia Season 2 ending song that won the award.
No.
Kind of a passing of the torch, you might say.
No.
Oh, it's such a beautiful
We are not
thing.
gonna have no. Hey, hang on. We're not gonna have My Hero Academia second season ending because we have an honorable mention of a show. The OVA came out this year, which is Yuri on Ice. So we're going out with Born to Make History, and you're making it, JD. You fucking
I feel
doing
kidney
it.
pains from that one right there.
Yes, we're going out with Born to Make History. Because fuck it.
He's right, JD.
Yuri on Ice,
He's right.
best everything this year, should have won again. Didn't win because people have bad taste, including us. But still, we're closing with that.
Well, I
Please,
gotta
SASS
say,
guys, go on.
for 2017, it was definitely an interesting year with a lot of highs and lows, but me and Robert are both in agreement that 2018 is already better overall, it seems like. This is going to be a more exciting year. A lot of great new original series are coming out, some good movies on the horizon, some great sequels. We're excited to do the Crunchyroll awards for next year and talk about that, which will probably become the Black Clover Awards.
I hope not.
I hope not either, but I kind of hope so just for the ability to shit on it. I mean, look how much money Crunchyroll's putting behind it. Unless we find out the director of that's a Nazi also, it's probably going to be heavily represented.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, come on. Black Clover Nazi controversy.
boy.
Let's hope for it here.
Secret Nazi. No. Oh, God.
We're going to change the show to Black Swastika. Anyhow, though, moving on from that. Again, a reminder out there that we do two podcasts on the Super Anime Super Show. Our Friday podcast is our SASS newscast, and our Monday podcast is our My Hero Sassadamia, My Hero Academia spoilercast, with a show that we both enjoy. Maybe Robert a slight bit more than me.
Yeah, maybe it's one of my favorite anime. Maybe I should change the intro to that.
It's in my top 6 or 7 of the year. I'll give you that. It's just no Black Clover. No, I'm just kidding. Ish.
Well, all right. Where can we find you guys on the social medias?
Oh, on social media, we are all over the place. We are on Facebook at Super Anime Super Show, which we occasionally update every now and then. We are on Twitter, where we actually are more active, and our Twitter handle is SASS Podcast. That's SASS Podcast. Also, starting in April, we're going to finally do an Instagram due to popular demand. And so we'll have the same handle on there as we do for our Twitter. Again, SASS Podcast on Instagram. Look for that starting up in April. And, of course,
Alrighty.
we do have a Patreon, which not only is us begging for money, it's also where Robert has his really cool impressions of, hey, I'm new to anime. And he writes a little blog about it on there, too. And I love it because, personally, it's very, it goes against the grain for a lot of the common opinions on there. So it's a really cool place for people to interact on there also.
So I look forward to a lot of people telling me my opinions are wrong. So.
And of course you can look it up on Patreon with Super Anime Super Show.
There
You
you
stick
go.
with us, boy. You're gonna have a great time.
Oh, yeah.
And again, we'd like to
You
thank
can
you for
find-
having us
yeah.
on your show today also.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. It's all,
Oh, happy to have you guys on. Maybe we can get you guys involved in a retro anime themed episode here in the future.
Oh, that sounds
Oh,
exciting.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Hell yes.
So you can find us, the Red Leaf Retrocast, Worldwide Weebs, on iTunes, Google Play Music, and many others, such as Stitcher and TuneIn Radio. That is Red Leaf Retrocast. Specifically, the anime episodes, if you want more of this. We also do retro gaming and modern gaming discussions once a month, and whenever we can do the retro ones. One was just recorded earlier today. You can find Tori on Twitter at, what is your handle, Tori?
My handle is obviously Tor Extraprox. That is TORXTRAPROX. Yes,
Tori loves
Yeah.
traps.
very great.
You can find myself at Bowling JD. It is tagged with Red Leaf Retrocast. It's kind of the podcast Twitter. And you can also find the same on Instagram. I have joined the gram, guys. It is also Bowling JD, Red Leaf Retrocast. Mostly a lot of video game stuff going out now. I don't know how weeb I'm going quite yet on that. So you can look forward to following that on and in the future. Future episodes around the corner. Hope for a great 2018. I thank you guys at the Super Anime Super Show for joining us today, and I hope to have you on future episodes.
Thank you. We look forward to it, and we look forward to having you on our show here eventually soon enough, too.
Yeah.
All right, just let me know. I'm down.
You got it.
So that would be episode 19 of the Red Leaf Retrocast, the Anime Awards of 2017, with our friends at Super Anime Super Show. Definitely subscribe to them and download all their episodes. They're lots of fun, especially if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, and hit us up on Twitter as well and all of the other social medias. Thank you, and tune us out.